Always remember.
Oh, happy Monday, everybody. Hello there, General Kenobi. Say it back. This is officially episode
54.
53 or 54? Is it 54?
I'm pretty sure this is 54. Hold on, I pull it up because I have to make my little post on my Instagram story, and I cannot find the live notification. What is going on? I'm almost.
53.
I'm pretty
54. Wait,
I thought 53 was last week.
It's 54.
Am I right? Was I right?
Yeah, it's 54.
Why did YouTube change their layout? YouTube changed their layout, and I don't like it.
I don't know. Everybody's been updating their stuff, and it's been bothering me. And I was doing the thumbnail in the airport terminal at JFK Airport, 6 a.m. this morning. I apologize.
Doesn't even pop up the... Oh, there we go. Okay. You know what? I know ball. Hold on. I have to make my Instagram story, guys. I'm sorry. I normally do this when the little bumper thing is happening, but I'm efficient. Guys, hold on. Let me bring up this comment real quick here, because this is the most important thing. Also, before I do that, all of these membership milestones. We got Downcast Bug, we got Cameroni, we got Star Wars Insight, we got MacMan. Let me bring up the comment here. Can I find it? Can I read? Here we go. From Limitless Nerd, we are a week away. At this point, in a week, we will have, well, assuming that you watched it when it came out, we will have all seen the first two episodes of Maul Shadow Lord, which is crazy, in my opinion. Is it crazy to you, Will?
That by this point next week, we will have all seen Maul Shadow Lord if you have the time to watch it. Yeah, because we've been waiting for the show in what? Is it a week? Or 2 weeks? When was Celebration? The last week of April? Second to last weekend of April?
It's been about a year, almost a year.
It's been almost a year since Sam Witwer came on stage and said, "Play it again." And then they played the Maul Shadow Lord trailer again.
I remember will always be a core memory to me, because I remember, so you were grinding it out, the machine that you are. I stayed up like a little bit, and then I was like, all right, I'm tapping out, right? And I remember I went to bed, and I wake up at like 3 a.m. to like 1,000,000,001 notifications from you and Connor and Seth, just being like, because Connor was there, Connor from Beyond the Dune Sea, which again, by the way, they're in tier list March tier list madness, fun stuff. But I remember them being like, he was there when it happened, and it was just this crazy reveal, dude. Like, that honestly was kind of the sleeper hit of, not sleeper hit. Hey, what's up, man? Your no memory card cannot play. This always happens every time. I
don't know what the deal is, dude. Our Wi-Fi is like this. Do you know what this is? It's because you're moving, and the universe is just like, you need to move, and we all need to get new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Yeah, I mean, this guys. This, by the way, yeah, I'm moving to a new apartment, and this setup. This has been about a year of this. This is all about to change. I don't know what it's going to look like. I have genuinely no idea. Which is safe to say that next week will likely not be a live episode, but you will be seeing our faces talking about Shadow Lord. That's all I'll say. You'll see us, but we won't be live.
Yeah, there is an episode planned for next week. It will be everything Maul Shadow Lord related. Just won't be a live episode. It'll be pre-recorded because Grayson and I are going to be traversing the galaxy.
And I'm going to be holding your hand across the aisle of a plane.
Oh, yeah, we're sitting aisle to aisle. We're not. Like,
yeah. I don't want to, because you're kind of smelly, so.
What? What? Out of everything you could have said?
What is that dance movie we're doing? Like, whatever it is.
Dude, my brother will, whenever I go home, my brother will do that, and he'll just walk up and be like, "What's up?"
Dude, I don't even know what it means.
It's from the kid who was on the front of that boat, Aura farming. Do you remember that meme from like
that's from where he was?
Yeah,
that's from
like,
that.
I'm almost positive he did this at the front of the boat, and he did like this.
That's the Indonesian kid on the boat.
Yeah,
I thought it was if you smell bad. I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna.
Think so.
We'll just say that this next episode will be Will and I will be together.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be beautiful.
Won't be live.
We won't be live, and that's okay. That's okay.
Dude, look at this ring light that TikTok sent me.
That's kind of sick.
This is a TikTok branded ring light.
You have you get like a sunburn that has a TikTok symbol on your forehead.
I'm like, it's like Woody from Toy Story with Sid.
Oh,
where are your rebel friends now?
That's awesome. Oh, dude, we always reference Pixar. But yeah, Maul next week. Keenan, what's up, buddy? I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. That's my friend. That's my friend Keenan. What do we want to talk about first? We want to talk about the
housekeeping stuff that we need to do. We already said about the live next week.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded, but there will be an episode next week. Probably in the morning as well. Probably not later in the day. It's probably just going to be a first thing that comes out.
So you can listen to it throughout the day because the weird, obviously with these animated shows, the weird thing about them is that they drop like in the middle of the night. So it'll drop at like 3 a.m. East Coast, midnight for West Coast. So the plan is to drop it like I would just pretty early in the morning, just so that people, if you're on your commute to work and stuff, you woke up early to watch the episodes, you'll be rocking and rolling to listen to us talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, and so this is true. We were going to talk about this a little bit. I haven't watched this yet, but we got some new looks at Mando and Grogu, which is fun.
there was like a thing of them like walking through a door on Nal Hutta, and then there's also them sitting at a table, which is like, it's like less than 2 minutes, I think, but we can watch that too. Yeah.
Hold on, Cameroni, what are you saying? Important update. Confirmed my parents will be bringing my Mando costume when they visit end of April. Like, is this like a legit like 501st adjacent Mando costume, or is this like Party City? Either way, I mean, hey, that's both cool, you know. But like, I'm just validating here.
It's just pajamas.
Yeah, I think we got through all the housekeeping stuff. I figured we would talk about the new articles that they dropped from Maul. There was a little bit of that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dave spoke about a little bit, right?
Yeah, okay. So Dave, I don't believe it was Dave here. You know what? Hey, if you need a source for everything Star Wars and somebody who's already posted about it, you know who you should look up? Friggin' Luke's Outpost, probably.
Oh, true. I was about to say, it's like any news under the sun is gonna be.
Find it. I have to sift through all of Luke's Project Hail Mary tweets. Did you watch it?
What? Not yet. I was going to, dude. Maybe we should just go see that in this undisclosed location. But Noah, by the way, I know Lainey's not here, and I'll bring it up for her in a second. Do you mind if I give you a small spoiler for Superman Spider-Man? You've probably already seen this, but I definitely want to show it to Noah.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen it, but I know.
Okay, you know it's like where I'm about to go with this.
Because you brought up Lainey, I can guess by the context
yes.
of what you're about to show.
All right, I want you. This is the Jim Lee issue. Okay, Superman Spider-Man. Look at
this.
It's really good. It's pretty fun. Obviously Superman and Spider-Man are in it, but look at this artwork right here. They're fighting a Sentinel. Why would they be fighting a Sentinel? Time to think about it for a second. Let's read a little quote here. Let's see. They usually are chasing something. Usually a mutant. Spider-Man's not a mutant. Superman's not a mutant. Someone's got to be there. Well, the only way to destroy a Sentinel, from the quote of this text bubble right here, only way to damage it is to hit it with kinetic energy in dozens of areas of weakness almost simultaneously. Let's just get a little. Let's just. You know what? I don't even need to show you. Oh yeah, baby! Gambit shows up in Superman Spider-Man, and it's sick, dude.
It just turned into Vector real quick.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Throwing cards with both magnitude and direction. And look at the bottom too. His playing cards that he gets from Lois Lane is a Superman and Spider-Man on it, and obviously this is an homage to Jim Lee being an X-Men artist back in his day, with his younger days before Superman, before DC stuff, I should say. But yeah, dude.
Ooh, I would make a name for myself here.
That's actually what he said. He says that to Superman, and Superman goes,
It's literally just written in like 0.1 font, though, so nobody can actually understand what he's saying.
He says that. Superman goes, I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. And then Spider-Man goes, hi, my name is Peter Parker. And you don't remember me, but...
My life is pretty crazy.
You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Yeah.
Dum. Anyway, it's a really, really sick cameo. There's also another cameo, which this issue, there's one issue in here that's so trippy. I need you to read this, Will. There's one issue in here
issues yet
that I need you to explain to me, and it's the Superboy Prime issue with him and Spidey.
Okay.
What a freaking just mind trip that is. Like,
really?
I know Superboy Prime is like just kind of like this like weird parody, like kind of, and I was like, okay, like if you think Deadpool breaking the fourth wall is more like, it's like Superboy Prime is like,
it's honestly, Superboy Prime is what they're doing with him. Like literally all of the variant covers of Superboy Prime are like him in comic book stores reading his own comic book, and then like the Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman posters are on the wall.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Which speaking, I'll talk about Absolute Batman later.
Him, Howard the Duck, She-Hulk, Deadpool. Who else breaks the fourth wall?
Are we doing the Mount Rushmore of comic book characters that break the fourth wall?
That's actually a fun one. That's actually a really fun one.
It's pretty close to that, I would say. I have to get to that later. I guess Stan Lee could also kind of count. Anyway, back to Maul though. Gwenpool, I guess, kind of true. Prime destroys all walls. Yeah, it's like every single wall in every direction. You know what? We'll take this title. We can take. You want to share this? Do you want to be like CEO and COO of like the Maul fan club?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people on Twitter who are going to be mad that we took that title, but
well, you know. You are now promoted. You are now my elite employee.
You are now my elite employee.
From Discussing Film, here's a quote here. Dave Filoni says Maul Shadow Lord will bring some of George Lucas's original plans for Maul to life, which is something we've known about for a while. And people often talk about the original George Lucas sequel trilogy scripts, but let's read the quote that he said. George and I had some talks about Maul over the years and what his plans for Maul had been. And so I felt Shadow Lord was a way of honoring that future that we were going to have and finally bringing some of it to light. This is Star Wars said this. Can we find this? Can we bring this?
So I don't know if this was in a Star Wars article or if it was in. No, I'm just going through stupid.
Hold on, sorry, I'm pulling up a quote here real quick.
I'm gonna save this as a JPEG.
Hold up, look at
However, this is the first time we heard about it was while we were on that live stream that we were actually watching together
through Dave and George. And now, Dave, we're learning.
You can hear that,
you
right?
would learn something new about Star Wars, and you would learn it through Dave and George. And now, Dave, we're learning that he's been keeping secrets from us. That there's forgotten pieces of lore that that he and George worked out, and that they're seeping into this series in weird ways. So now, my trust in him has been broken. You would learn something new.
Yeah. So basically, and Sam has actually talked about it. I don't remember if it was on stage for the live stage or if it was in another interview with like Collider or one of the other interviews.
Yeah.
Celebration. However, he was talking about how he would like bring ideas to Dave of like, hey, you know, what if Maul did this? And Dave would be like, oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And basically Filoni would just, Sam would be like, well, why? Like not in like a why can't we do that, but like more just like explain to me why we wouldn't do this. And Filoni would be like, well, it's not Maul's show. And then during the development of this series and Sam working on what the writer and like being a part of that process and what the writers were working on and like Matt Machinowitz and like those guys, he kind of started to quickly realize that like stuff he had already talked about with Dave that he was going, oh, interesting, was kind of already in the works, it seemed.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, from the George Lucas perspective of it all, there are people can rip a George Lucas quote for basically anything. This is kind of like if you were to go on the internet and be like, hey, is coffee bad to drink? And then there's an article that says, yeah, don't drink coffee. And then there's an article underneath that says like, yeah, coffee is actually really good for you. It's a diuretic, blah, blah, blah. You can basically find whatever you want based on what George Lucas has said. Because there was a Phantom Menace article a while back, or like post Phantom Menace, where he's asking about Maul. And he's like, I knew we had to show him being split in half, falling down the shaft, whatever it is, reactor shaft or whatever it is from the plasma refinery. But we had to show him being split in half, or else people would be like, oh, he's still alive, right? And then a few years later, he was cut in half, but he literally did the thing that everybody had those theories about, or like that he was talking about, of fans would say, oh, he ended up going through a trash chute, blah, 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 crawling his way out. He wasn't actually dead. So George has these things in mind. He was like the original Andrew Garfield when he's like, I'm not in the movie. And he's actually in the movie. George would be like, oh, I had to kill him because people wanted to know that he was actually dead to raise the stakes. And then he brought him back. And now Maul's one of the greatest characters. My favorite villain. I think the best villain in Star Wars. Debatable because people are going to say Darth Vader. But like Maul, I think is the best villain in Star Wars.
Hold on one second. Throwing you a fastball here real quick.
What?
I got something here for you. Hold on.
It's a pretty slow fastball.
Yeah, this one's it, right? Yeah, this one's it.
Think ferret.
I had no idea this was coming. Welcome back to Rick Farmer's segment of the Determined Focus podcast. Don't call me Uncle Owen because I'm not farming moisture. I'm farming clips, baby. What were you gonna say?
We're gonna come back to a couple more rank ferrets here in a second, but I just thought of one, and I'm nothing if not an ingenuitive person. I don't know. What's the Mount Rushmore of not the best character in Star Wars, the most well-written characters in Star Wars, the most fleshed out?
Ahsoka Tano.
Yep.
Maul.
Yep.
Anakin Skywalker
/ Darth Vader, because they're one person.
Because it's the same guy.
It's the same guy. It's all one story. It's not two people. Okay. So have you said Maul already?
Yeah, I said Maul.
So so we already agree it is Maul, it is Vader, it is Ahsoka. The fourth one is where it gets tricky, but
I'm between Obi-Wan and Luke. And I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Obi-Wan.
See, yeah, Obi-Wan was where I was headed. I'm trying to think if there's... I'm going to throw out some honorable mentions that won't make the list here real quick. I think after Jedi 3, Cal Kestis in canon could be really up there.
I like that.
Kanan for me is always one that I think of like just such a perfect start to finish story.
Yeah.
There's a few others out there that you could probably like. I think Yoda is a really good one, for example. Yeah. Yoda has his story.
Really good.
His story is so much more in a supportive role. He has a great singular story, but truthfully, it does come down. I think here's two other ones. That I don't think one of these makes it, but they probably don't both make it. But Leia, really good story, like really good start to finish story, and Ben Solo. I don't think they beat Luke and Obi-Wan, but
I do like this.
Is he one of the most well-written though? Because his story, if you're accounting Plagueis, absolutely. But when we're talking just in the context of like clear defined canon, I have a hard time putting Palpatine on that list.
Now, if we're not talking canon and we're talking everything, I would have to say Luke Skywalker is on the list. Because he is the face of the expanded universe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, expanded universe gets into some crazy stuff, especially books and everything. But
like in terms of fleshed out, though.
I don't hate Cassian. I don't know if he beats Luke and Obi-Wan, but that's like a really strong contender after Andor and Rogue One. But yes, with the expanded universe, oh my gosh. I mean, you could go Mara Jade. You could go Luke. You could go Jason Solo. You could go Boba Fett. I mean, like, there's a lot of characters in the EU that have like very well defined and fantastic characterizations. But I honestly think I'm going Obi-Wan.
I think I'm going Obi-Wan as well. I mean, like, from start to finish, look, I have always said that when we do get her death or whatever her next evolution is into whatever that end stage of life is for Ahsoka Tano will be the best written character in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Or the most fleshed out. But
I really think Ahsoka, like outside of Anakin, I do think Ahsoka will probably have the best story in Star Wars. I would have to say it's pretty hard to argue other than Anakin.
Amount of content really helps as well, and how good that content is. And it's, Anakin is kind of like the top dog because of, the movies really is about him and Darth Vader and the Skywalker saga. And when you think of a Skywalker and the most defined and best written story, it's easily him. But and that's the same thing with Maul. And like, even without Shadow Lord, Maul is still such a well-developed story from Phantom Menace into Clone Wars into Rebels, right? And also other supplemental material. Of course, Obi-Wan is like, I mean, his arc is so saga defining as well, because I mean, he's right up there with Anakin. But Ahsoka, man, I mean, like, you've got all of Clone Wars, you've got Rebels, and now you've got her own show on top of like other little tertiary supplemental stuff. Like, she is a character that the point goes from like, it feels so like not drawn out, but in a good way, right?
There's a ton of Ahsoka Tano content story-wise and even stuff that, like, look, a lot of times people will be like, oh, that's just filler. Even the stuff that like people on Twitter would be like, oh, that's filler, is still fantastic when it comes to Ahsoka. However, when it comes to Ahsoka as well, and this is why I do think Obi-Wan is on the list, you have to look at like their defining moments. And if their defining moments are also like timeline and galaxy defining moments, you're probably on the list.
Yeah.
So I do think the 4 is Ahsoka, Maul, Obi-Wan, and then what was the 4th?
Vader.
Yeah, Anakin, Vader.
Yeah.
Anakin / Vader. But like,
and I think, and then for me, I do think the closest to are Luke and Cassian. That's just me, because Cassian is like the only character I think that has the pull of like not being a Force sensitive and his character being so complex. Whereas, but Luke is like, Luke, I mean, the story is so expansive with him, that it's like, it's hard not to have him. But
and Rex, I would say Rex is probably, he's one of the, he's at the top of the list of like supporting characters. Yeah,
that's my thing, is I'm like, because Rex doesn't have, beyond Clone Wars, in my mind, and I haven't rewatched Rebels in a while, I don't think his arc in Rebels stands out as much, and he doesn't like he once like Clone Wars ends and then he starts off in Rebels, he's pretty much like kind of in a similar, like he's kind of static a little bit. He could have a really good ending. They could just like come out with something down the line where he has like, and especially like if they do a Clone Rebellion show, right, or something like that, that could really be defining for him of like, oh, he's one of the best written characters in Star Wars. But I don't think he's quite there yet, but he's definitely definitely an honorable mention. But yeah, I think it's easily Vader / Anakin, Maul, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And those four, when you talk about their like defining moments in the timeline, a lot of them are like moments between each other.
Yeah.
Like you think of like Twilight of the Apprentice for Ahsoka and Anakin, and then you think of like Ahsoka leaving the order between Ahsoka and Anakin, but Obi-Wan was also there. And then you think of like Maul being split in half. Obi-Wan's the one who split him in half. And then you think of like Twin Sons where Maul dies. Obi-Wan's the one who kills him. Like so many of those. And then like you think of defining moments for Obi-Wan, and it's like a lot of those are tragic. Obviously, you think of Mustafar and like everything with Anakin, the battle in A New Hope, all that stuff. But then you think about like with Maul of like, Maul killed Qui-Gon and he was there. Maul killed Satine and he was there. Like, there's so many moments where like those four overlap in their stories. And I do think there's a lot to be said with those four.
It's interesting.
That makes them that important.
It's interesting that out of those four, each of them have two characters that are very crucial to their story. For Vader, Ahsoka, and Kenobi. For Obi-Wan, it's Vader and Maul. For Maul, it's Ahsoka and Obi-Wan, and for Ahsoka, it's Maul and Vader. Like there's like there's like if you put them in a square, each of them like go in a different diagonal. It's like very, very interesting. Like the Venn diagram
like,
there.
3 out of the 4 of them were all there during the Mortis arc, which I would say is one of the most lore defining, like for the Force and that side of Star Wars. I'd say that's in the top 3 for lore defining Force moments, you know?
Yeah. And then of course, I mean, like, I think in terms of like the biggest fights and stuff, we've talked about lightsaber fights or duels, and I'm pretty sure we have. And if we need to talk about them again, more than happy to. But like when it comes to like the 4 big, this is like another really ranked fair here, but based on my memory, the 4 that we had, it was like, so many of those are those characters right there. It's Twilight of the Apprentices, Vader and Ahsoka, right? And then Battle of the Heroes is
Twilight of the Apprentice made our original list.
I don't know, because the only exception is Jedi's Fury, Jedi's Destiny, right? It's episode 6. But when you think about like the biggest, most consequential lightsaber fights or duels, right? Duel of the Fates, Battle of the Heroes, Twilight of the Apprentice, Siege of Mandalore. Those are all those characters right there.
Yeah.
The only other one that because Luke is not on there is Jedi's Destiny.
Yeah, but then you even have like the first lightsaber fight of all time in A New Hope, and that's Obi-Wan and Vader.
There you go.
So,
and the Kenobi rematch as well, which is one of them, like that conversation. And Ahsoka Vader is the live or die moment in Ahsoka as well, which I know that's technically not it's still Anakin, right?
Yeah.
So you get 2 duels with Ahsoka, 2 duels with Obi-Wan and Vader. You get like, and then 2 duels with Maul, right? Like they all have the pairings there. Interesting.
And I would say Luke is definitely like that close 5th spot.
It is. I love viewing Star Wars in this mythology and just like thinking about the. I mean, I know Luke is not in the Mount Rushmore for us. Like Obi-Wan just makes it, but like still, those 5 characters right there are like Star Wars mythology walking. You know,
yep.
Like it's hard to think of like I can only name like a few, like a couple other characters that I think are like in the definitive, like these are the characters that are like the most important in the mythology of Star Wars, because Star Wars really is mythological in that way. It's like and I'm like I like the only one that comes to mind other than those 5 is like maybe Yoda and Leia,
Yoda
or
well.
Padme,
yeah. So. Yeah, it's tough once you get to those other ones. But then you also have to think of like somebody like a Thrawn who like I would definitely wouldn't put them up there for like live action, but between that and Rebels, but like just the amount of books, there's been like the amount of Thrawn like storytelling in books in canon.
In canon is specifically like because in Legends he's like a little bit more. I mean, he's a little bit more nebulous, but he does have backstory and everything. But like Zahn wrote the Legends stuff and the canon stuff with Thrawn as all being very cohesive. Yeah. Like there was a channel. We talked about it before. The guy, it was one of the guys who was talking about which Legends and canon his book fit in. Like the two new sets of Thrawn trilogies in canon, as well as the original Thrawn trilogy and the Hand of Thrawn duology. Like, yes, two of those are in Legends and two are in canon, but they were all intended to be like very definitive for Thrawn, no matter which way you're looking at it. You know, I guess Outbound Flight is the other one as well, but. Yeah, but I don't know.
You even asked him when we were talking to him at Fan Expo last year in Denver. Where you were like, "Do you see those things as separate of like canon Thrawn and Legends Thrawn?" He was like, "No, that's the same guy for me."
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's like obviously yes, they adhere to like the canon timeline and stuff, but it's like they're one being, right? And he's like, I like how Zahn is pretty much like. You can do pretty much anything and I'll find a way to write around it, you know? Like, and I was like, that's
such a good like mentality to have.
And that's me as a Star Wars fan. I know people will say, oh, shill, copium, whatever. I really don't care. Like, there's a reason why, like, I love when a book, like, I know Star Wars backfills a lot of stuff. That's just kind of how it is with how much content there is. But like, I'll be honest, I love a good backfill in Star Wars. When there's something that doesn't make sense to me, and then something comes along to make it better or explain it or whatever in a really cool, neat way, I'm there for it. Like the biggest example for me is, in terms of like visual stuff, is obviously like Siege of Mandalore. But like Shadow of the Sith is something I talk about all the time. Where I'm like, that book gives so much weight to the sequels for me. You know, like I think about it every week. Like so. And I love stuff like that. And now with Shadow Lord, right? Like, is Shadow Lord a show that we need? Absolutely not. You could argue that there's a lot of stuff in Star Wars we don't need. But I'll be honest, I love that we have this big gap in Maul's story. I am so excited to see how it will add to his character. Because there is no doubt in my mind it is only going to make his character even better when he's already at the pinnacle of best written characters in Star Wars.
Yeah, I think... like in terms of need, it's a lot of like a lot of people would argue like the Rey stuff is what we need next, just because like we want to see her as a Jedi. Seeing Finn as a Jedi is something that I think fans need, stuff like that. But then like this gap in Maul's story, is it necessarily like on the top of the list of like if you were to ask fans what they need? But then there's like a different version of like what needing something means. And you talk about like fan service and stuff like that. There are so many, like there are not a lot of people who like Star Wars where you say Maul or Darth Maul, they're not like, yeah, I love that character. Truly. Like there are a lot of characters in Star Wars where people go back and forth on of like, yeah, I like them. I don't think they would be in my top 10, or like, yeah, I really like their story in this, but I really don't like their story in this. Maul across the board, I would say, is very highly rated when it comes to a character. And I think we both, outside of like the story Skywalker saga needs, outside of that, I am fiending for this show, dude.
I completely agree. The only time I ever hear critique about Maul stuff is like, it's still people that are mad that he came back in the first place. And I'm like, listen, obviously that was not always intended, but like it ended up serving the story in such a beneficial way. I don't even think about it anymore. Like people, I think, talk about when characters come back of like, oh, it's fan service, right? Or whatever. And I'm like, sure, it can be. Maul coming back initially definitely felt that way, but you can't be mad at the fact that he ends up being one of the best decisions they ever made.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, George, for deciding like, hey, this guy actually shouldn't be dead.
And I love the fact that like this dude is so hell-bent on his anger that he's like, he fell into this pit, used the Force to make this half weird force spider body and just lost his mind. Like,
Yeah.
that's lore, bro. That's like, is it like kind of off-putting? And is it kind of weird? And is it out there? And it's like subverting your expectations of like, oh, this Maul guy. But I'm like, think about how much Maul merch there was in 1999, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like, people were like, thought this dude was like
around my room at just like everything that was from Phantom Menace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, there's at least 15 things just like that I can pinpoint right here. There's definitely more that has Maul's face on it from the Phantom Menace.
That is like what we talked about last week with the like Mount Rushmore of Star Wars films, and like how marketing was such a big thing for Phantom Menace and for Revenge of the Sith. Maul's face was just like everywhere, dude.
Everywhere,
like that was
dude.
like that, like even if it wasn't his face, the tattoo, right? The red and the black, right? And so it's like to give Maul his justice, right? In the sense of like, hey, this guy wasn't the main bad guy of the saga. But then like I'm such a sucker of like, here's the main story, but here's this other story happening right underneath the surface. And Maul and Ahsoka are so much of that. Like, if out of those 4 that we put in those characters, Obi-Wan and Vader are very highly at the surface, right? But then you have this entire, like, it's like a cake, bro. Like, there's this entire layering of stories underneath it. I love it.
Well, you think of Clone Wars season 7 and Revenge of the Sith, and it's like those 4 are literally like, for Clone Wars, it's Maul and Ahsoka, and that is the crux of what's going on prior to Order 66. And then you also have post Order 66, where then it's Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Like, that is literally within hours of each other,
which is sick. And you watching that, and like, especially when that was coming out, watching it in real time and seeing it, how it connected, and like Obi-Wan popping up with the hologram and talking about like, oh, Anakin killed Count Dooku, and like all of this stuff happening, the checkpoints, right? Of like, you can see Revenge of the Sith happening in my mind's eye as I'm watching Siege of Mandalore, and you're like, okay, Revenge of the Sith is already awesome, and now I have this entire additional context is sick.
Yep.
And that was, even Legends didn't have that, right? Like, that's something that, like, as far as like, didn't have something to supplement Revenge of the Sith. That there was all these stories and stuff that were before Revenge of the Sith and after Revenge of the Sith that was really cool. But to have something synonymous and synchronous,
that's literally parallel.
and then you get one of the best dialogue fight scenes of all time with Maul and Ahsoka. Anyway, we're really excited for this show, and I want to talk more about. I found the article, by the way, of the Dave thing. I don't know why this is only coming out 2 weeks later. This article came out 2 weeks ago, but I found it.
Oh,
I'm gonna share it real quick. I'll read it out for everybody. Gosh, we are D1 Maul Shadow Lord Glazers over here, but you know what? I don't even care. How does that look? Is that all right?
Can you like whatever?
Oh yeah.
Command plus whatever the command.
What is the magnify? I'll just do it over here. But am I crazy? Is magnify not over here? Oh, zoom. Here we go. How's that look?
That's way better.
Okay. So this was on the 16th. So this was legitimately 2 weeks ago. I don't know why this is just like popping up, but look at that beautiful poster.
Oh, is this
my
the
gosh.
trailer dropped?
Yeah. In the Shadow of the Empire, blah, blah, Picture for Revenge, all of this stuff. But I'm going to read here. Inspired by unknown periods in Maul's history, series creator and Lucasfilm president and CCO Dave Filoni spent a long time considering how to continue Maul's storyline after the end of Clone Wars. Quote, Maul is a character that's our responsibility, Filoni says. George and I always had talks of Maul over the years and what his plans for Maul had been. And so I felt it was a way of honoring that future we were going to have and finally bringing some of it into light. And then we got this art of all of these. Oh, Jedi Master Iko Diodaki. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a lot. We got a lot of that.
Guy.
Let's see. What?
Yeah, the guy.
Oh, that's him.
I'm pretty sure that's his voice.
Well, I have the cast list here as well too in just a second. Okay. So, but yeah, a Lawson's son Riley. Oh, we do get so there's Lawson's son. Anyway, I didn't even realize about all of this stuff. So wait, who is this? Is because that's the Jedi Master. Who's this? Who's this little guy right here? We got Devin. We got Rook. We've got Icarus, and who is it? Oh, is this the? So it's Icarus and Scorn. Is this Luti Vario? Is that who that is? Anyway, they're talking about the the poster. I wanted the style to be a bit more aggressive, a bit more edgy, a bit more painterly than everything we had done, which you can definitely see in the posters they dropped today, and especially here. I wanted the renders to be reflective of Maul and his aggressive nature. Everything's a little bit more chewed, a little bit more expressive than it was in Bad Batch and Clone Wars before it. So in its extension of that style, but just a little bit more intense. We get the 2-episode premiere, and we get the cast list here. So yeah, just talking a little bit about the Maul stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's stuff that we knew already a little bit. But it's cool that he said it was like a way of honoring that future and bringing some of it to light, which is cool. And then if we do you want to go through the cast list real quick? I mean, we got the cast list here, but I figured we could go through the interview that they did with the cast of Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah, so this Meet the Cast of Maul Shadow Lord only has Sam and oh my gosh, let me scroll up to remember what her name is, who does Devin Azara.
Gideon Adlon.
It's only between the two of them because it's paired up with the 2 new character posters that they dropped today.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't go into anything about like David Collins' character,
Sure,
Eco Dio, any of those people. So if you want to read the cast list quick, we'll talk about those, and then we can just go into this article next.
So I got I got the article. I'll go down to the bottom of the list real quick and then pull it up. Let's see. Let's see if that's better. Okay. So here's the cast list fully.
Yeah.
Sam as Maul, Gideon Adlon as Devin Azara. We have Wagner Mora as Brander Lawson, which is so sick. Richard Ayoade as Two Boots. Dennis Haysbert as Master Ikodio Daki. Chris Diamantopoulos as Luti. Oh, this guy also is really in Invincible. Like he's a lot of characters in Invincible.
Really? Can I ask you a question about Invincible real quick?
What's up?
Is the guy who is Art the guy who makes the costumes? Am I just super late to this? Is that Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill. It's Mark Hamill.
Okay. I was watching it today because I was catching up on season 4, and I was like, how have I never realized that that's literally the Joker?
See, I am someone who I'm like chronic about voice actors. Like it bothers me when there's like someone I hear a voice and I'm like, I know who that is. Who is that? Or I want to know who it is. And so Amazon has the feature when you pause it, it pops up on the side of the screen. And I was like, oh, that's Mark Hamill. Yeah, I remember that's like the first season. I was like, oh, no way. That's sick. So very cool. We've got Charlie. Oh, by the way, he plays, who is the dude, the bald guy that works with Cecil and has the glasses. And he's like the cyborg underneath. You know what I'm talking about? Donald, right?
Yeah, Donald.
This is Donald. Which
really?
Is yeah.
Very cool.
He plays a couple.
Yeah,
but like basically, there's the same character actually. Brander Lawson's actually going to be Cecil. I'm just kidding. That'd be crazy if we got Walton Goggins in Star Wars. That'd be awesome as a voice actor because he's been doing a lot of voice stuff, and I love that. Charlie Bushnell as Riley Lawson, so we've as Lawson's son. Vanessa Marshall as Rook Cast. David W. Collins as Spybot. AJ Locascio as Marak. Finally, someone with an actual voice for Marak.
I could be wrong. Is AJ Locascio the guy who does the voice of Gambit in Marvel Rivals?
Let's look this up.
He also may or may not be the voice of Gambit in X-Men 97.
Yes, he is. He is for both. That's crazy. So Marak is Gambit, bro?
Gambit is Marak. Hey, Laney, start buying your Marak stuff.
I was about to say, Laney, Noah, y'all out there? Did you know? I did not know this. That's actually really sick. Huh. Man, so much Gambit plugging today. Yep. And then Steve Blum as Icarus. But we will go.
It's just Steve Blum.
No, just Steve Blum, just Steve Blum. Just the Wolverine,
It's just the Blum.
So we got an article from Kristen Baver. Let's read through it here. Maul could be described in many ways: a terrifying and agile lightsaber duelist, a menacing creature of the dark side. Add to that, relatable and worthy of our sympathy. With his first starring role in Shadow Lord, the animated series introduces a new chapter in the former Sith Lords, no longer Darth, just Maul. A few years after his old master Darth Sidious succeeded in launching the Imperial era, created by Dave Filoni and starring Sam Witwer with snarling precision, Maul and Shadow Lord introduces a cast of characters struggling to survive in the early days of the Empire. And then Filoni says, I think people feel bad for Maul because he's so relatable. He makes mistakes, he's not perfect, he desires power, and then he gets toppled. That's relatable. You know, we all probably feel like that when we have a low moment. He just doesn't deal with it well. He keeps trying to attack his problems the same way. He can't ever really let go of his hatred or anger, which is kind of true. At least about the kind of relatable in that way. To bring this new era of Maul's quest for power and revenge into focus, head writer Matthew Michnovitz and supervising director Brad Rao have assembled a crew of phenomenal newcomers and recognizable Star Wars animation stalwarts to round out the cast. Rao says, we have a dream cast. I can't imagine any of these characters being played by anybody else. They're incredible, and it starts at the top with Sam Witwer. We've had the greatest time working with him and collaborating with him to keep the character authentic. Despite playing a former Sith Lord, he's kind of like our Jedi Master, adds Michnovitz. He knows what he's doing. He knows Star Wars, and he's just remarkable. Everyone on the cast is exceptional. So we've got Sam here. Look at this chiseled face and this chiseled face. Two chiseled faces. With also sick poster, dude.
The poster's sick, dude.
It's awesome.
Shout out to Justin,
dude. Oh yes, Justin Lee, one of our homies over at Lucasfilm Animation, helped do this animation pose for this poster, which is sick. It's really sick.
A lot of people worked on the poster, but he worked on the posing for this, which is very cool.
I love it. No longer Darth, now simply Maul. With a nightmarish visage and a devilish demeanor, Maul remains a fan favorite among the storied Star Wars villains for a number of reasons. True, the iconic character design was first introduced in Phantom Menace, when people thought he perished. Over the years, we've witnessed Maul on the edge of insanity in Clone Wars, consumed by revenge and Rebels. In both cases, Sam Witwer provided the vocal talents to bring the character and his menace to life. With Maul, we've seen his beginnings, and we have the ending, but what happened to him in between? Said a few years into the creation of the Empire, Shadow Lord picks up at a time where we can begin to unravel some of that mystery. He's reeling from the loss of his brother and Mother Talzin, not so far in the distant past, because he never really got to grieve. In this new world order, Maul finds an opening for his machinations in the seedy underbelly of Janix among the underworld kingpins. Ooh, I like that.
Kingpin.
Vincent D'Onofrio as
I feel liberated.
I feel it. Anyway. In Shadow Lord, he has a crew of very colorful, interesting characters. For me, it was the promise that we were going to dig into Maul and answer the questions of how he changed so drastically into the Rebels version of the character. Witwer brings more than a decade of experience voicing Maul to the role, and in the intensity of an actor who has worked with Filoni to explore Maul's interior life. Oh, this is fun. Lord of the Rings here. I feel like I know this guy pretty well at this point, using Lord of the Rings as an example, or Gollum and Schmeagol as a touchstone to understanding Maul on an emotional level. He has the same type of feelings that you and I have, but he doesn't have the tools to express those. All he has in front of him are supervillain tools. That's fun. Lucky for Maul, he has the leadership qualities that keep a small collective loyal to his cause. Filoni says he is charismatic, amazingly powerful, and talented. These are all appealing things. Add to that the changing galaxy, now under the Iron Fist of the Empire. Sam says it's shortly after conclusion of the Clone Wars, and he's in a place of reassessment. He doesn't know which end is up. It's a time of change in the Star Wars galaxy. So a lot of stuff that we already knew. Sam's goated.
Yeah,
Maul can't handle his emotions, and he's probably gonna be violent about it, and I can't wait.
He's probably gonna be pretty pissed.
But I'm really stoked for Devin Azara. This character, I am like, not Darth Talon. All right, until Talon is said, this is not Darth Talon.
Darth Talon.
He might be called Talon, but no, not Darth Talon. Anyway, we have Devin Azara. It wasn't that long ago that Devin Azara was a Jedi Padawan studying with her master Iko Diodaki. Now the pair are on the run from the Empire and forced into hiding on Janix. She's an adept fighter, defending herself with her blue lightsaber when needed. But according to the actress, Gideon Adlon, she's also dealing with some regular young adult emotions as she struggles to find her footing in this new world. Devon Azara is a Jedi in Post-Order 66 world, and she's filled with angst. She's a teenage girl living in a world, and she's trying to decipher right from wrong. Like Maul, her character's relatability has been resonating with the cast and crew. Everyone in the room and recording booth has been relating to Devon, which is very special. She makes me feel like I'm doing what I should be doing because of the things I've been through as a young girl when I was a teenager, and as a woman, she came very easy to me. I feel like she's my sister. We're very much a part of each other. Rao notes that Adlon was a fast learner. Gideon is a rising star. She's really powerful in the role of Devon, and the way that she works with all of the different cast members as you see her arc through the story is pretty awesome. When we talk about creating a scene that will match her potential and her talent of skill, it's difficult because she's so talented and so skilled at what she does. Mitch Stevens adds, Maul and Devon is one of the more important relationships in the series. We're excited for fans to see. This is not going the way you think it is.
It is not going to go the way you think.
Yeah. So that makes me think everyone thinks, oh, she's going to turn into Darth Talon. I don't know, guys.
If it's
That's
not
what everybody's
the way we think.
What do we think? I don't know.
She has a really cool lightsaber, though. Her hilt.
She does. We just dropped at Galaxy's Edge. Maybe we'll bring that up in a second as well.
Yeah.
But Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord presents fans with a pulpy adventure that finds Maul plotting to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. There, he crosses paths with a disillusioned young Jedi Padawan who may just be the apprentice he is seeking to aid him in his relentless pursuit for revenge. And it's less than a week away. I cannot wait. Her character, I'm very intrigued to see what direction she's going. Also, as someone who is a sucker for Jedi in utility suits, I'm liking this a lot right here. The cloak, the cowl with the blue jumpsuit and brown belt. I'm loving that. I'm really liking that.
Just to talk about Invincible again, there's a costume that a character wears for a minimal amount of time in season 4.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the coolest looks in Invincible and is so Grayson coded. Like stupid Grayson coded.
Does Mark wear it?
Nope.
Oh, because I saw this concept of like the Mark suit where it's like black and green, and he like as if he was working with Cecil.
No, dude, not Mark.
Who wears it?
I feel like it's gonna give it away.
Okay, then I won't see it. Is it from the comics?
I guess it won't give it away. It's okay.
It's not Damien Dark, is it?
No.
It's Nolan.
It's Omni-Man himself.
Okay, interesting. We have to talk about this whole blue thing later. By the way, you've seen that, right?
What? Oh yeah, the white was actually blue. Come on, dude.
It's so dumb.
The dress was blue and black and gold and white. What are we talking about?
It's like
It
just destroyed the comic book fandom. They're like, for years they thought it was white. And did you see Sammy J post that video though, where it was like there's like this one guy on subreddit probably feels so validated. It was like from like 5 years ago where he was like, did anybody else think his costume was blue and it's weird that they made it white? Like
there is art of the Guardians from season 1 all together, and I forget what the guy who's supposed to be Aquaman, but he's just a big fish.
Yeah.
Literally his skin color and the color of Nolan's suit is the exact same blue.
In the
that
comic?
Art. In that art, yeah. It's like they're all it's all the Guardians lined up like the cover of Justice League of America, where they're all like looking up at the camera, and like Guy Gardner and Mr. Miracle and Batman are all there. It's like that famous cover, but they're all lined up, and it's the Guardians.
Yeah.
And Omni-Man's in the front, and I forget what the fish guy's name is behind.
Yeah.
And I was looking, I was like, okay, if it's blue, like where else does blue stand up? Because he's standing right next to Immortal. And like Immortals is so royal blue that it's like that's obviously not white. But then you look up at the color of the fish guy, his skin, like the fish scales, and you're like, okay, that is the exact same color blue. Which
It's
is
so
crazy.
weird that your like brain just interprets it as white though. Like I don't know.
I think honestly, and I was trying to figure it out based on the like how powder blue it is so white,
Mhm.
but also the white in his hair, or how he's got like the Reed Richards Stephen Strange. I think that's close enough to the suit that everybody's like, oh yeah, white.
Yeah. And also because later on he has the whole like the prison suit thing with the cape or whatever, and that's like straight up white and red. And then the Viltrumite costumes, like Thrag is wearing white and red. So you're just
White and
immediately
red.
like, oh, it's just like the blue space lighting, or it's like,
yeah, like why wouldn't they all wear the same thing?
Yeah, it's so funny though. I was like, interesting. Anyway,
I was gonna pull up Devin Azara's lightsaber just so we can take a quick look.
I would love to see it. Yeah, because it's like I've only looked at it a little bit of time. As a really sick lightsaber.
I really like the leather around it,
dude. The leather wrap around it, but it's like you got like the long switch on it and the D ring.
This is like way better version of a lot of the Attack of the Clones lightsabers.
Yeah,
like a Plo Koon or like a Luminara. Well, I like Luminaras, but
the one that I like, I'm looking at this and it reminds me of like, oh, this would be a lightsaber that would like fit in the Force Unleashed somehow. Like I don't know. I'm like, where it's like this prequel original trilogy hybrid where I'm like, oh, but it's not too ostentatious. It's not too like, you're like, oh, that's a lightsaber. Other than you can see the trademark text underneath the leather.
I'm gonna bring up this comment from Teague O'Neill. Hey Teague, appreciate you being here. I was initially thinking that Azara was the stand-in for Talon, but the more I think of it, what if Maul and Azara are in fact Talon's parents? That is an interesting what if scenario. I really don't like it. I mean, you think of like, I mean, look, we don't know if it's in the show or
Devin Azara is a teenager, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe down the line, but like, I mean, even still, like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. So hopefully it's not, and I probably won't be, but probably won't be.
Fair also, yeah, completely debunks it. Like literally, Maul cannot have children. He does it. It wasn't lower. It was fully like right under the belly button. You know.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the anatomy of a Zabrak, a Dathomirian Zabrak. I don't know.
I think if he had some.
Know. And the thing is, none of us do.
But the thing is, right, is we've fully seen Maul shirtless. All right. We've fully seen Maul shirtless with with his robot legs.
I'm just gonna say, insane time to segue to this. Gabby, incredible Maul cosplay.
Yeah,
it's so good. If you have not checked it out, it is so good. Gabby killed it on the Maul cosplay, like so good. I showed my wife in the airport this morning. I was like, "Did I show you this yet?" And she was like, "Oh."
Awesome. See, Cameron, you should just scroll back up for a second. You should just scroll back up and look at the chat. I'm not bringing it up again, but
Maul,
yeah,
Shadow Crust,
yeah. Oh my gosh, the 4 Loms of Maul Shadow Crust.
All right.
I hope Uncrustables does a special edition with Maul Shadow Lord.
Uncrustables, work with us. We'll do it,
dude.
Crust
I'll make
flavor.
Like toasted Maul. What do you call it? Like a Maul imprint on an Uncrustable. I'd eat it.
Marshmallow, and it's like an Uncrustable, but it's like marshmallow on the inside.
It'd be sick. Dude, I want my. I know they did Star Wars Oreos last year, but can I get some Maul Oreos? I'm a sucker for a good brand deal.
Work with Disney for the Marvel stuff.
It's true. By the way, I finished the Doom pack. They're actually way better than I didn't like them last week, but I finished them. They actually are really good.
I was in Target with Steph over the weekend, and I was like, "Hey, have you seen these?" She's like, "Oh yeah, what flavor are they?" I was like, "I don't know, but Grayson didn't like them."
Yeah, no.
He was like Cool Ranch Dorito, but also like milk, and I was like, probably not good.
I did. It says the flavors on the back, and it's like toasted marshmallow or something. I don't even
That's
know.
funny. If they don't have the top cookie, they just
Just
That's
it's one
good.
in the cream.
Cameroni. That's good.
You could make one black and one red, so the one represents his legs, one represents his upper body. Anyway,
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, Justin. They don't exist. We're just trying to pitch.
yeah, it's just an
trying
idea,
to pitch.
you know.
Um, should we do rank fair for real now?
I think we should do rank fair. You want to do the bumper again, or we should do the bumper again?
Probably. Now that Gabby's here, I feel like if I don't, I'm working.
Yeah, it's true.
Tomato.
We can't let her down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Rank Ferric. You are now listening to the Determined Focus Pod. I'm kidding! Look at Determined Focus!
I was really hoping you were going to do like an NPR joke, but it was going to be like DFR or something. Like,
Boom.
and this.
Yeah, I knew it. She was too quick. She was too quick.
Dude. Anyway, I was just thinking, I was like, why is NPR kind of like ASMR? Like, you never like listen to it and you're just like, this is like relaxing, even though it's talking about YFDYR.
Hey, YFD NPR.
YFD ASM NPYR.
Low genuinely plus NPR.
Low
NPR.
Low kin deter. Oh, okay, all right. Well, hey, what's the first one we're doing? Let's flip flop back and forth.
You had 2 that you haven't told me yet, so I want to do one of those.
You want to do one of the ones that I did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 that aren't a secret, and there are 2 that are.
What?
A secret. At least one of them.
This is a fun one. We've talked about it before. We've talked about it extensively with the guys over at Force of Others. But what I was curious about, what is the Mount Rushmore of Star Wars video games?
Easy. Battlefront.
Battlefront 2
Lego,
specifically.
Battlefront 2, Lego Star Wars, Complete Saga. If we want to go specific, but you can just say complete. You can just say Lego Star Wars. Force Unleashed. Old Republic.
Like Knights of the Old Republic?
Absolutely.
So my immediate 2 that I agree with you is you could really choose any of the Battlefronts, but I'm thinking classic Battlefront 2 and Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. People really like the current Battlefront 2, so you could swap that in there, but I do think because Battlefront 2 originally is what set the trend for the other games and like the whole like choosing your class and living in these like Star Wars battles. So Complete Saga and Battlefront 2 are easy givens for me.
Hey, look who popped up!
And now he's here. Hey, I did think you were going to say Shadows of the Empire for a second.
I don't think it's on the Mount Rushmore as much as I love it. If we're going to talk about a Star Wars multimedia or like a Star Wars revamp for like getting back into Star Wars gaming, it's Force Unleashed, dude.
Yeah. I do think it is Force Unleashed. I think Force Unleashed impacted more of Star Wars in like a widespread way and affected more generations. Like it bridged that gap between OT and prequels, like was one of the first ones to really kind of do that significantly because of how close it came out after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So I do Force Unleashed, I think, yeah, absolutely. I guess you're right. It would be KOTOR. As much, Matt, you know me, man. Jedi Academy is my GOAT. Jedi Outcast, Dark Forces 2. Those are like all honorable mentions that I think on a good day, like I think Dark Forces 2 could go on here, but like Knights of the Old Republic is like even people who are not diehard Star Wars fans, when Knights of the Old Republic 1 came out, like people who are tapped out of Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic got announced in December. That getting announced, I watched all these reactions of like gamers, people being like, "Oh my god, like they're bringing back Knights of the Old Republic," and they haven't touched Star Wars since, Rise of Skywalker came out. They don't watch the shows or whatever, or maybe they don't care about the sequels. But Old Republic gets dropped, like a single player, whatever, same people, like BioWare adjacent, all of that. But Knights of the Old Republic is like that. Most people, I would say, who are very like, if you've watched the movies and you play games, Knights of the Old Republic is like very like Star Wars defining for them. It's kind of one of the most impactful Western RPGs. Can you tell I really like video games, guys? I love talking about video games. It is one of the most impactful Western RPGs. Without it, you don't get obviously a ton of other Star Wars content, but you don't get things like Mass Effect and Morrowind and Skyrim and all of these things, these other games that are not Star Wars, but like were so impacted by Knights of the Old Republic. And that's like, KOTOR is like lore. I mean, that's the introduction of Revan and stuff like that. So, I think I agree. I think it's got to be Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. I think it's got to be Battlefront 2 Classic. I think it's got to be KOTOR, and it's got to be Force Unleashed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, honorable mention, I do think it has made enough of a dent in the fandom in a good way, but probably Fallen Order.
I was going to say Fallen Order and Survivor, but I'd say Fallen Order specifically has really been a big resurgence in not like people who don't like a lot of current Star Wars stuff, like newer stuff, love Fallen Order. They almost like just like they a lot like people. I work with a lot of younger guys that like don't really like a lot of the newer Star Wars stuff, but they're like, "Oh, Fallen Order is gas, dude! Like I love that story. I love that game. Love those characters."
Like mobile gaming, that's really been the only Star Wars video game for a pretty long time.
We haven't gotten anything like we've gotten stuff like Squadrons and we've got stuff like Outlaws and everything, but Fallen Order was like that was like
Outlaws as well. Yeah,
which Outlaws is a lot of fun, but like Fallen Order, like that. I mean, people love Cal, people love those characters. I do think when it comes to like modern gaming experiences, like that's a strong honorable mention right there.
Like this comment specifically, Fallen Order got me into Star Wars.
Yeah, some people are just like, "Oh, this looks like a fun game," and they get it. Like Keenan, who was in here earlier, is one of my closest friends, and he's not as plugged into Star Wars as much as we are. He plays Fallen Order and Survivor, like replays them like once a year, maybe multiple times a year, because and that's how much he loves Cal Kestis, how much he loves that game. He's just like, and it is incredibly Star Wars coded. Like it is such a good Star Wars story. I like that list.
Yeah, I really can't see that list changing too much outside of like some honorable mentions, but those are below the top four.
Yeah, those are all gaming and Star Wars defining. You want my other one?
Yeah, let's do it.
The other one we've done before, I believe. I'm curious how I'm going to define the rules on this because it could get a little broad. But I was thinking the Mount Rushmore of ships in Star Wars. We have done it before, but I think kind of
top 10 for ships, and I know we did the top 20 with Connor and Seth.
That is true. I am thinking. Here's my thought process on this. I'm kind of thinking it would be interesting. It's the Mount Rushmore of ships, but they have to be unique ships. So no X-Wings, no TIE Fighters, no Star Destroyers. They have to be like
that's
unique.
Crazy though. That's like a completely different top four.
That's what I'm saying. Because obviously, like if it was my opinion on just ships as a whole, it would be Falcon, X-Wing, TIE Fighter, Star Destroyer, and it's like too easy in my mind. Those are just kind of like iconic. But if you take away the generic X-Wing, TIE Fighter, Star Destroyer, what else? What fills those spots of like unique ships? You know.
Well, obviously the Falcon.
Falcon is like a given. You know.
I would probably say that means like no Jedi Interceptors can be on there.
If it's a unique characters, yeah, like a yellow one, for example, like Anakin's yellow one.
Probably Anakin's yellow Jedi Interceptor.
I thought so too.
Probably the Ghost.
I think the Ghost.
Then
is this crazy? Fire spray?
Oh, duh.
It's kind of like it's
Boba's. It's Boba Jango, but like that ship Of course. Crazy though. Wild that the Razor Crest doesn't make the list. Is the Razor Crest over Anakin's Jedi Interceptor?
I don't think so. If it had lasted through season 2 and onward, maybe. And I think with the Mando movie, it might come back. But Anakin's Starfighter is like kind of the culmination of prequel or like ship designs. Because someone mentioned the N1 as well. But I'm like, what you take of the yellow from the N1 and why I love that ship so much, and you like is like Anakin's is so inspired by that. You get the window that's like the TIE fighter, right? You get the wings that kind of open up like that look like a TIE fighter, but kind of like an X-wing, right? You get the X-wing sounds, right? You get the roar of like it kind of sounds like a pod racer. It's the yellow accents for the pod racer, but also the N1, right? Like, and people think about when people think about the best openings in Star Wars, like that ship is very front facing. Even though it doesn't last very long, like it lasts with the entire opening of that, but it's like people see that and they're like, oh, Anakin, you know? Obviously, I think he kind of rocks the Azure Angel a little bit more, which is a great ship. But
if I was picking my list, that would be on my list. But,
and Justin knows ball as well, clearly.
Yeah. Like if this was a will list, that would obviously be on mine.
My hot take is that if he had the Azure Angel, but it had yellow accents on it as well, then it would be perfect to me.
I disagree. Just that look. I really like the blue for him.
I just like really little. I like the little bit of yellow. That's also because, like, in my brain, and I know Connor and I got into a huge debate about this in one of the comics when Anakin saw himself being a Jedi. He had a yellow lightsaber, which I love because yellow is just slapped everywhere for him. It's on his pod racer, the N1. It's yellow on his personal starfighter. It's yellow. You can like the fact that 3PO. I know he doesn't make 3PO. Well, he kind of does. Like when 3PO later down the line turns gold.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't, you know, not crazy to think that. He's got a gold arm, bro. Like
Wes just says sand.
My sand-colored lightsaber.
My khaki lightsaber.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I like
honorable mention for me. I do think Grievous's ship for like oh my god.
The Soulless one?
Yeah, the Soulless one, Grievous's ship. Ahsoka's T6 would be crazy.
Right. See, that gets into like low key making a top 4, like a Mount Rushmore of like new era ship designs.
I like that.
I mean, and that would be
T6 is immediately on there, even though it was like in Clone Wars, but like, dude. And I forget his name at the moment, it is escaping me, but the guy who developed that ship
is at Rebel Scum.
Will be at Rebel Scum Con. You know I'm getting my T6 signed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you got to bring that, bro. You got to bring that. No, and also it's the way it translates into live action, right? Because a ship can be made in animation and then they transfer it to live action, and it may not look the same. That's why I think the Gauntlet Fighter is on there as well, because that ship in live action is peak.
Yeah, I would say Gauntlet Fighter. I definitely would have to say Razor Crest for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like did Doug Chiang design Razor Crest?
I don't know, actually.
Or no, was it the same? What is the same gentleman who made the T6 as well? I believe
that also could be true.
Either way, I love the Razor Crest is a good one. Now the fourth one,
I'm surprised you have not said what I think you think the fourth one is.
It's bouncing between two.
For new era Star Wars or like for recent Star Wars projects?
Fondor Hallcraft.
There it is.
But it also could be the Ghost too.
Yeah, Ghost, but like I don't consider Ghost like new era. It's like that.
Oh, you don't think so?
It's like it was the first like main ship of the Disney.
I was about to say Disney Plus era. That crazy to say? Because like
I like Onyx Cinder here.
That's my thing, dude. Because it's sick when you have the sleeve on it, and then it's also sick when you take the sleeve off of it. You know, like they're both awesome.
De-sleeved Onyx Cinder.
Maul has no balls, by the way. Just we're on a. Oh God! Oh no! Oh no!
Yep.
Oh no!
What else?
That's
There's
that's what I'm saying, MacMan. Is I was like, because Rebels technically started as animation. I'm like, and I know also the Gauntlet technically was in Clone War. Okay, so then maybe
But that's
Gauntlet.
how I feel about the T6. You know.
But then that means technically that's how Rebels was too.
Yeah.
Because Rebels we only saw it in we saw it because we saw it in live action in Rogue One. So it can't be Disney Plus era because they already had that model. Dude, that Shaq meme is so goated.
Low genuinely, chill out.
Okay, so there's some ship stuff. Those are my 2 that turn into like 4 or whatever. But
Yeah. Okay. One of the ones that I had said was top 4 clone troopers. Now, these are not clone trooper designs. These are individual clone troopers.
Rex and Cody.
Immediately.
Not even a debate.
Immediately.
Now, is there a Bad Batch member on here?
I do think so. And if I had to guess, I know a lot of people are going to say Hunter. I'm probably going to lean more towards Crosshair.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Tech.
I love Tech. Tech is for suit. I don't think Tech makes the top 4 clones. I was going to say Crosshair over Hunter.
I would be fine with Crosshair or Hunter, but really the one that we need to be talking about is 5s.
Sure.
Didn't like your hesitation there.
Sure, because that wasn't the 501st that I was thinking of. I was thinking Echo.
Echo over 5s?
Well, that was kind of like for 501st and Bad Batch.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that's why I'm like Echo maybe, but then I'm also like, what about Wolf, dude?
See, my thing, I love Wolf and I love Echo. Echo's development post Clone Wars Season 7, not very deep. Like, he doesn't get a lot of characterization in Bad Batch. Wolf, not a lot goes on with him, And I think, I know we're not ranking, we're talking about the 4 most, iconic and well-developed. We're not talking about just, the best developed clones. But, for me, I think as much as I love Wolf, flat characters for me, I do think Crosshair has to be on the list because of him being one of the only clones that has that turn and then redemption arc sort of thing. He's kind of representative of clones and their debate and there's them serving in the Clone Wars, their purpose and I think that's.
And we have to have a Bad Batch member on the list.
So I think it's probably Crosshair.
There's an entire show about clones. One of those clones has to be on the list. So
is it 5? People would kill us if it's not 5s, bro. I also I really wish I could say Gregor. I love Gregor, but because he gets a little bit of development and stuff, but not over some of these other ones, I do love 99 is a fun one, but no, I don't think so.
For everybody who was here last week.
Oh, God, I know what you're about to say. You said clone troopers.
I think there's something
I had this.
said.
I have this debate.
There's something to be said for Mr. Costco. If you know what Wesley goes, Luke. I do think there's something to be said for Mr. Costco himself, Boba Fett.
Not a clone trooper.
But he is a clone.
He is a clone, but then again, yeah. Great point.
Palpatine's a little iffy because of his life essence. So it's
Are
like
you-
still the same guy, just in a different body.
Oh
It's like
my
Django's not inside of the body of Boba Fett. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All I'm
So are
saying
we
is there's an
going
argument
clones of? Is it now turned into clones of Django Fett as opposed to clone troopers?
I mean, if we open it up to clones of Django Fett, that would there literally is only one option, and it's Boba. Like to add to that list.
And Omega,
Because,
I guess.
No, well,
but
I would say Omega is added because she's part of the Bad Batch.
she's never really a trooper.
Does Wrecker never like call her trooper at any point to be like funny? Like,
I don't know. I'm
come
thinking
on,
like
trooper.
I guess my qualification is like they had to fight in the Clone Wars and their story can continue after, but it's like they got to
had
be
to
like
fight in the Clone Wars.
they're a clone trooper, yeah.
Okay, so they have to be a clone trooper. Okay, that's fine.
Like-
Probably not Boba Fett. Probably not Boba Fett. I do think if it was just clones, the clones of all time, it's hard not to say Boba.
I mean, yeah, if it's all time clones, yeah, it's Rex and Boba. Like those are Rex, Rex, Cody, Boba.
Apes stronger together.
Oh God, Koba weaker.
You know who else is on the clones of all time list, though?
Jorah Sabayoth. Oh, true.
Jorahs.
It's Luke. It's Jorah. It is the clone of Palpatine from Dark Empire, and it is, and then it's I don't know. There's some other schmuck.
Superboy, the one that wears the black T-shirt.
Oh, Connell.
Yeah.
I think it's Rex, Cody, Crosshair, Fives.
I'm okay with that.
I think that's fine.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what the other one I texted you was, but we did like 100.
I got it. Don't even worry about it. I got it right here.
Well, I was gonna say we do have a lot of other stuff to talk about, so if we wanted to save it for next week.
Droids.
Well, not next week, but droids.
Mm-hmm. We've done it before, I think, or we did a top 5. But
yeah, we did a top 5 for droids. Now, Mount Rushmore is different than top 5, I believe.
Can I make a plea?
What? That C-3PO and R2-D2 are together?
How did you clock me like that?
Yep.
But
it's hard because it's hard because R2 is definitely by himself. It's kind of like the bounty hunter thing, or like Faces of Star Wars, current Star Wars thing, where it's like, yeah, Grogu's on the list, but I don't think Grogu goes without Mando. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I do think Chopper's on the list.
Don't say that, bro. Don't say that, bro.
Chopper's definitely on the list for.
I don't want him to be. But I don't want him to be.
I don't want him to be on there either. Sorry. I don't want him to be there either.
I hate having to be responsible to the fans across the world. Fine. Now, so does that mean is 3PO?
Well, I was going to say because this is a Mount Rushmore, I would probably have to say just a B1 battle droid is probably on the list as well.
Yeah. But I hate not saying K2. I hate not saying BD.
I hate that not saying Hu Yang. But I don't think Hu Yang's on the top 4 of all time Mount Rushmore iconic.
Chopper is a terrorist. He's annoying. He is overrated. He doesn't really help out the team that much. He's like if you lobotomized R2-D2, bro. Like
I am just over Chopper's whole bit, dude, of like Chopper will dig a hole, push everybody else in, and then be like, oh, I'll go grab a shovel and help. And then everybody's like, at the end of the episode, thanks for helping, Chopper. It's like, he's the one who pushed you in the hole.
Chopper forced this way onto the mountain.
Yeah, seriously. Chopper
He
pulled
like
out
he
a assault rifle.
yeah, he shot all the other droids in the back to make it on there. That's why he's there. Yeah, it's probably B1. So are you saying that R2 and 3PO though are separate, right? Was that the gunshot?
Yeah. Yeah, Chopper's probably on the list. R2 and C3PO. I do think maybe for this R2 and C3PO are separate.
Yeah. Now, if I asked you like not droid pairings, but like a droid and another character. So it doesn't necessarily need to be like it could be a human and a droid or a creature and a droid.
This one.
We did.
Who are the 4 then?
Who did we say? Did we not say B1?
R2,
Yeah.
R2 and C3PO. A B1
And Chopper.
That's 3 technically because I thought you wanted to keep
we are putting them together.
Well, I was going to say separate them for like best single droids. But like if we're talking about the Mount Rushmore, it's kind of like Han and Chewie together. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I was gonna say if we did like a droid and another character pairing, because then you could put, I don't know, would you put R2 and 3PO though? Probably not. You'd probably put R2 and Luke.
Yeah, I'd probably put R2 and Luke, but that's just because like I prefer that. But like R2 and 3PO that is one. R2, 3PO, Chopper, a B1 battle droid. I mean, I feel like the 4th one is pretty easy. I would say BB-8. For the Mount Rushmore, dude.
Over K2.
Think of how much BB-8 merch there is.
But over K2?
I love K2SO. But if I go to Disneyland right now, I'm going to find 1,000% more BB-8 stuff than I am K2SO stuff.
I don't think that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like that does have a part in it. Like it's the Grogu effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so then. I mean, that makes it. I just don't see a lot of BB-8 stuff nowadays.
I don't know, dude. I still see BB-8 stuff. There are kids who wear BB-8 t-shirts to school. So.
I guess maybe I don't know.
The two that I see,
elementary school drip anymore. I guess so.
The two that I see like at work are BB-8 and Grogu immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then under that, it's like OT characters where it'll be like R2 and like a Chewbacca, like just in terms of like characters in general. But
yeah.
like I see a ton of BB-8 stuff, dude. Like R2 and 3PO, and maybe BB-8, but I know R2 and 3PO got gold statues for the 100th of Walt Disney World. BB-8 also did.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So like
yeah.
BB-8 is everywhere, dude.
Okay. All right.
Like if you think about Launch Bay, R2 3PO for the pictures, also BB-8.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Based.
Oh
Honorable mention
gosh.
Huang and BD and K2.
And K2.
Okay. So R2 3PO intrinsically together.
Mm-hmm.
Chopper, BB-8, and B1.
Yeah, and just a B1 battle droid.
Mm-hmm. I think it makes sense.
Okay, now what?
I think that's.
Dude,
I think that's it. I think what?
That there's an option that I can add more sounds is awesome.
Okay, what are you gonna add?
Like just nonsense sounds.
Brain rot.
Yeah,
it's like the. You're gonna
wait.
Oh my god!
What
the Taco Bell. The Samsung, like
yeah.
that one's awesome. Dude, anytime I hear that on a dude, yeah. Oh my god. I figured before we
the not Gravedigger. What's the guy? And the two names that immediately came to my head were Gravedigger and Underminer. And Underminer is the villain from Incredibles.
Yeah.
Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
Like the cemetery.
Yeah. Our voice would just in a booth.
Yeah.
I figured I could just talk a little bit about. You would have a haul? You have a haul, perchance?
I actually do, but I have to go get it. Yes, I
okay.
Do, but yes, but I have to go get it.
Okay, you're frozen for me right now, by the way.
What?
I don't know. Oh no, you're back now. Tung 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 sahur. Tralaleo tralala. Bombadil crocodile.
What the hell?
I want you get your haul real quick.
Okay. Well, I'll play this and then just I guess talk.
Okay.
I am the friendly neighborhood web spinner.
You do not understand, Spider-Man.
That's my name now.
Tell that to my subconscious.
Ta-da! Say my name and I magically appear.
Welcome to the circle of trust.
Welcome back to he's gone. To Determined Focus, talking comics and comic book adjacent and oriented things. I was going to talk about my haul, but I'll wait here. I have actually technically a way bigger haul, but I'm not going to go through all of it. But I figured I would talk a little bit about Superman Spider-Man came out this past week. This is the issue that I've been reading because let me double check which cover this is. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to remember which one this actually is. I don't know. Either way, but it's got the double spread. It's got all the characters. You got Ultraman, you got 2099, you got Spider-Boy, you got Doomsday, you got Miles, you got Cyborg Superman, you got Green Goblin, you got Jonathan Kent, you got Supergirl, you got Carnage, you got Ben Reilly, you got Otto, and who is that right there? I actually don't know who that is. You got Sandman, you got Power Girl. Who is this guy right here?
Is that Shazam?
No.
I can't make it out. Oh no, that's Doc Ock's boot.
This guy right here. Who that guy?
Is he wearing rings? Is that Shang-Chi?
No, this is a DC character. Because each of them, it's like
he's fighting Doc Ock.
Yeah. So Power Girl's fighting Sandman, Green Goblin's fighting Jonathan Kent, Bizarro is fighting Ben Reilly, which is sick. Carnage is fighting Supergirl. Lex is fighting Spider-Ham.
That's not like a weird Zod variant costume, is it?
I don't know, because you have down here you have Ultraman, and then you've got is it Parasite, right? And you got Spider-Gwen. But I'm like, who is? Oh, that's Zod right there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
Zod's fighting 2099, and then you've got Jessica Drew fighting. Wow, she's getting destroyed by Doomsday. Yeah, get that guy out of there. I'm like, who is this guy?
Who invited that kid? There's a Toy Story reference for you.
I don't know. Chat, who is this guy? I don't know. The chest, the symbol on his chest is it's like a
what cover
S?
is that? Because I can barely see it. What cover? Is
it's this cover. I don't know who did this one because it doesn't have the barcode on it. Oh, actually, no, it does. It's on the back. It is Scott Koblish and Hi-Fi.
How do you spell Koblish? K?
Koblish. Oh, Spider-Ham and Crypto are together. Steel is fighting Electro. That's fun. Because this is the issue that I've been reading. Because it's
and because why would there be a high res image of it? Why? Why?
Reverse image says that is Doc Ock. Well, that's Doc Ock next to him. That's Doc Ock fighting him. That's not actually Doc. I'm talking about the guy in the red suit.
Dog.
Oh, Hobgoblin. And there's Superboy up there in the corner too. That's fun. I think that's all the characters that I can see. I literally know every single character except that
I
guy.
have no idea who that is.
I'm gonna look up Superman red and gold suit buzz cut. Who in the heck is this guy? Who is... That's not him. I thought it was at first, but that's not him at all. The symbol on his chest is like a black and white S.
What's the guy's name? Scott Koblish?
Scott Koblish and Hi-Fi are the artists for that one. I don't know. I'm gonna figure this out, guys. Don't worry, I also got 11 variants of this comic, so
Oh, good.
I would, just one of the. I'm not gonna go through all the variants. I could probably like pull up all of them, but I definitely spent a pretty penny on going crazy on.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Scott. Superman. Spider-Man. Variants, okay. Let's see here. There's the... Yep. There's the Koblish one. Oh, that's not it right there. I need the other ones.
Later, Mac Man. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
We're gonna figure this out, Mac Man. Don't you even worry about it. Oh, I didn't realize there was the... Oh, I never saw that one, the Scotty Young variant. There's also a... Oh, that's sick. What? Yeah, I think Todd Knock did the Spider-Gwen Supergirl one. Gabby, I like that one. Like, I think it's cool. My hot take is that Todd Knock kind of draws women like Gooner bait, and so I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I didn't get that cover. I like my women in comics to have realistic proportions. That's just me, though. Where? Oh, okay. Yeah, Scott Koblish. Oh, she's telling me the details of the issue, but I want to know who's on the issue. I don't know. We might not ever know. I mean, it's got to be a super.
It might be Scott Koblish. He just drew himself in.
That's just him. I don't know. I feel like it's got to be some like alternate. It's got to be some like alternate version of Superman or something, right? Some Kryptonian guy. I don't know. I'll figure this out later, and maybe I'll come back next week. Anyway, the issue is really good. I have not actually finished it because it's a bunch of small stories, and they're only like a couple pages long. I just got to the Superboy and Spider-Man 2099 issue, which I did get spoiled for me, unfortunately. Which is, can you show all the variants? God, do people really want to see that? You want to see all the variants that I got?
I mean, you bought them. Did you already put them away?
I have bad news. They're already in my car to go to my apartment. I just realized. So I have to go. I'd have to go get them out. 2 weeks. I'll be back. Maybe I'll just do it. I am moving. I can pull up a picture of all the variants and show y'all. I can highlight them. I can do that here. Let me share my screen real quick. So, right. Oh, wait. Oopsies. Here we go. Sorry, it's like a... Where is that? Chrome tab. There it is. All right. This is Third Eye Comics, so I just figured I'd bring it up. Can you see my cursor right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I obviously got... This has been my phone background, but I got the Gabriel Delato black suit. I got the A cover, as well as the foil variant here. I got the Jim Lee variant. I did not see that one, but I do like that one a lot. I got the Nakayama cover with Kingdom Come. Dude, the
Mhm.
Peach. This Supergirl Gwen is peak with Peach Momoko. That's gas. That's sick. And then like I said, I already got the Jim Lee. I got I got this one right here, the Daniel Sampier. I got this one right here, Mikkel.
That one's goated.
It's awesome. It's the double spread, Mikkel Janin. I really wanted to get this one, but I couldn't find it. I guess didn't get these.
The Spider Punk and Superboy one is cool too. Like,
yeah, but this is for Spider-Man Superman.
Yeah, that one's not even out yet. Anyone with the gray at the top is not out yet.
Yeah, so I will be getting this one. I did get this one right here, which was the other Jorge Jimenez full spread, which I want that just as a poster. I did not see this one. Let's see here. Who did this one? Oh, this is Spider-Man Superman. I need that one so bad, bro.
It's not out yet. That's the one that I want.
Bundle. Yeah, this is peak. Then this is the one that I got right here. Gary Frank did one. That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll be next wave.
And then I got the Clayton Crane. This one is awesome.
Yeah.
And then Bagley's getting one. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's see. I almost got this one, but I decided.
Are you gonna get the Frank Miller one?
I don't know about that one. This Air Force one is pretty fun. What?
$200, dude. Look at the Capuya one.
This one?
Sketch.
That's sick. I'm like missing some. I feel like because I got 11 of the different variants, but I feel like I'm missing a bunch that I got. I don't know. I did get the foil variant and then the A cover, but I'm like, dude, this is just okay, this is actually like not one of it. But why is Batman there, bro? Like I listen. It's not even. I wish I got this one, the homage to the original.
Frank Miller did just do a Turtles cover, and I actually kind of like it.
Don't defend him anymore, bro. Don't defend him anymore. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. Okay, I'm missing 2 more. 10. I remember what the last one that I got was. There's one more that I got, and it's not on here. But so I got 11 of them, which is fun. Anyway, enough ogling over these. You should get that one. You should get that one. That one is sick. I think that one's way cooler. And it's a little bit more like Peach Momoko does awesome stuff. I love her stuff. Anyway, but the issue is really fun. It's like weird to me. Like they treat the universe as so natural of like, oh, they just exist in the same universe that like it's just like nothing, no multiverse shenanigans or whatever. It's just like, oh, they just exist in the same Earth. And I'm like,
which is interesting because they didn't do that with the Batman Deadpool one.
Really?
The Batman Deadpool one was like, Batman was like, why am I here? Like, what is
really?
This place? Yeah.
The only one that so far is like that is the Superboy Prime black suit Spidey one, where like Spidey goes to his apartment and then Superboy Prime is there like naked in his apartment, like talking to the black suit because he was gonna try to give the black suit to the High Evolutionary or whatever to like get his like barter of freedom or whatever it was.
Superboy was gonna give it to the High Evolutionary.
Yeah. Superboy Prime. It's a very confusing issue. The art is beautiful. Like, this is sick.
No, it's gas.
It's really good. And I like that
I love
Spider-Man
when the black suit is actually blue.
It's like got the blue shading. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. And also Superboy Prime is just like the prettiest dude you've ever seen in your life. Like, just
I saw Cosmic Collector used that TikTok.
Oh
audio.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I'm not gay, I said to myself. And then it's just him like all Superboy pictures pop up around him.
Yeah, it's really funny. But yeah, now I don't know. I think. Am I crazy? Is this? It is. I was about to say. I was like, this looks just like White Knight, and it's because it's done by Sean Murphy.
Yep.
Which is really cool. Here's the spoiler, guys. It's literally 3 pages into the issue. It's Batman Beyond in 2099.
Yeah.
The cameos are so sick. To be honest, that's the one exception where I'm like, why did it have to be super? It didn't need to be super. Superboy could have barely been there. It could have just been Batman Beyond and whatever. But
Yep.
But it's LexCorp and Alchemy. But dude, like, I love the way. This is such an awesome little twist on the suit of Batman Beyond, where like he's got the little. He just has these little like red like kind of dot panelings, and I'm like, I don't know if I like it on the head, but like just right there on the side. But it's like, God, dude.
Everybody takes their crack at like updating the Batman Beyond suit, and like a lot of them are like really good, and then there are some where it's like, eh.
Yeah, this one for me, it's a given thing. Is you have to have the traditional bat symbol, you have to have the mouth on the eyes, and you have to have the big red O on the belt.
I also like when the mouth and the eyes are one big mask and not like a tech suit.
I will say I really like the Arkham, like as a terms of a modern interpretation, I really like the Arkham Knight one, but like anytime, just because it makes the most sense, there's no way to like animate it, but anytime you can actually have it where it's like his mouth is actually there, I'm like, whenever they perfect that somehow in technology,
for Arkham City where it's Batman Beyond is sick.
That is the one where I'm like, if you could just hybridize that a little bit, like, because I don't mind if Batman Beyond has a little bit of armor and stuff, but like, dude, the texture of that suit is like,
yeah,
it's sick.
When Damian has the Batman Beyond suit on, it's sick too.
What comic was that?
That's the Batman Beyond run, but like one of the more recent ones where like Damian's older and he's actually the original one who tried on the.
You told me about this. I'm just trying to figure out who wrote this. Like,
oh, I couldn't tell you, but Bruce like sends Terry to like go find Damian, and Damian's now running the League of Shadows, and like Damian
it's the League of Assassins
or whatever, but it's still sick.
Yeah, that is really sick. You want to do hauls real quick? I just got done yapping about this. I'm gonna finish the issue tonight, actually, but
sure.
Yeah, what you want to do your haul first?
Sure. I don't have much. A lot of mine were not purchased; they were gifted to me, and it was very nice. I got to shout out some people.
Okay.
I first thing first, one of my kids at work graduated and gave me this as a present, and it's filled with stuff, and it's got to be old because at no point are Vader and clone troopers on the same thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like a box, and like there's like some like artwork in here and stuff. Han Solo, Force Awakens pop.
Force Awakens Han Solo, blue jacket.
Yoda pop.
That's an old Yoda pop.
A very low posability Captain
Nice.
America. Very cool.
Movie only move the arm in one direction.
And then this CGC graded 7.5 card from 1977 of Luke and Princess Leia in the trash compactor.
That's actually really cool.
Was not expecting this when I and then like some stuff that he like drew me and stuff because he's
that's sweet.
Literally 5. But yeah, so that was one thing. And then my sister-in-law came over a couple days ago before we left for the weekend because we were at a wedding this weekend. And she was like clearing out some stuff. She found this like in her stuff. Star Wars Weekends 2007 when she handed it to me.
What's in it? What
could this possibly be?
Do you know what it is?
Oh yeah, I already opened it. It's a 4 set of the bounty hunters.
That's sick.
Yeah, obviously Forlom and Zuckuss did not make the cut for the pins, but
There's 4 bounty hunters, and it is not 4 Loms.
yeah, 4 bounty hunters, not 4 Loms. But the box was like moving around, and I was like, "What's in this?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, there's something else on the bottom." She's like, "I don't know where I got this."
Is that one of those mini master replicas of the
Yep.
Skywalker? That's crazy.
And she was like, "I don't know why I have this or when I got it."
Those
but,
are like crazy expensive, dude. Those are like go on the market for very high value now.
2005, 2006.
Yep.
I can't see because like the top of the number is off, but like, yeah. So that's now here.
That's sick.
Just some stuff that she was gifted, and so I'm probably going to like display it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume, like, put it right there. We'll put the
Love it.
the Skywalker saber right there, and then very nice of him to do this. Mr. I Am Rolling himself was at
What?
MegaCon and sent me some stuff.
No way,
And
dude.
I will pull him up. Sent me some stuff, and I did not. He was just like, "Hey, I found some stuff that I think you're like. I'll send it to you." I was like, "You really don't need to do that." He's like, "No, it's fine." Sent me some stuff, which is very nice of him to do, and I like very cool. Some MegaCon exclusive stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like this foil cover for Hush 2.
That's actually sick.
Very cool. So Fan Expo from MegaCon. Now these next 3 heaters, dude. Maul Shadow Lord
What?
variant.
No way, dude.
Like, look at that art, dude.
That is so sick.
Now these next 2, similar art, but this is John Gang limited to 1600 of this Maul 1 variant of that art. And then this is the Virgin Edition limited to 800 copies of Maul
Bro.
Shadow Lord issue 1.
What?
Was not expecting this. Had no idea he was sending this stuff to me. I got it in a
insane.
box last week, and truly so nice of him to even think of me while he was at that convention. But like, insanely cool. And he wrote me
That's
like
really
a
cool.
nice note as well. But like, dude, like that's immediately going like back here. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
dude. That's
Like-
awesome.
Like, I wonder. Oh, it's okay. So it's in plastic. So maybe this will be a little less reflective, but like insane art.
That's really crazy. That's super
Insane
cool though.
Like super nice of him to do that. Truly, you don't have to send us stuff. Like you do not have to do that. We are just happy that you are here and that you even hang out with us. And I know he was in
Yeah.
the chat earlier, but like extremely cool that he did that. We just like that you were your determined focus stuff around.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of my haul for last week.
That's really cool. That's super kind of him through. But like,
Yeah,
that's variants are awesome.
I was so stoked about it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, my haul is not huge right now, but I did a little bit
Other
of
than
I
the
did some
11 Spider-Man, Superman variants that you got.
yeah, so that they say is like if I had those, it'd be a little bit more significant. So, first up, I found this in at one of my local used bookstores. The 200th anniversary of I don't know if it said an anniversary spectacular.
Double
it's
the
the one where
size, double the issue.
And I got it because it was like when he goes up against the burglar who kills his uncle. And I think this is when Uncle Ben actually says, "With great power comes great responsibility," if I'm not mistaken, and not in the original Amazing Fantasy where it's just a blurb. But it's an older issue. It says it is ASM 200, but that feels wrong to me. Am I tripping? It says on the side, "The Amazing Spider-Man issue 200."
It doesn't say on the front. Like, what does it say on the Like
It says our 200th issue anniversary spectacular, and then it says 200 on the top right hand corner.
I have no idea. I've
Because all I can think,
I mean, I've seen the cover, but like I have no idea.
but it's Ramita at his peak, bro. We're getting buff Spidey. Look, there's the Ramita signature right there. So I grabbed it. It was $10. So I was like, yeah, I got to get that. Now this, when I saw this, I almost lost my freaking mind, dude. Check this out. It's a trade, but New Fantastic Four. I found a original trade with Spidey, Ghost Rider, Joe Fixit, Hulk, I believe, and Wolverine.
Dude,
and
that's
I saw
your
this
big 3 in Wolverine right there.
No, literally, this is like basically my top my top Marvel characters right here, other than like Agent Venom. And I'm like, it was $10, dude. So I mean, it's just a trade, but still, I'm like, these are my goats.
Sick.
These are my goats right here. And then I traded in my DC Compact. I didn't get all 6 of the trades, but I got the first 2 of New 52 of Court of Owls, just because I prefer to read my comics in comic format. And I really like. This must be volume. Is this volume 2? No, there's like other issues in here too that I'm like, I have not read that. But anyway, so the compact has issues 1
like
through
tie-in stuff in there as well. Like I know Batgirl had an issue. I think Nightwing had an issue as well.
So there was some trades that had like Death of the Family and stuff like that. But I'm trying to figure out because I'm like, it's like the end of it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping out. I thought I saw something. Yeah, no, these are at the end here. But anyway, so I was like, I really liked the Court of Owls story, but I just like having it in the bigger text, you know? Dude, this is one of my favorite moments in comics ever. Like, this like blew my mind, was when he's in the labyrinth in the like Court of Owls dungeon, and then the page, like, it actually like messed me up. It starts off this way, and then it goes to this, and then you have to like fully like flip it around, and it tripped me up so bad.
Physical media.
Because then it goes upside down, but then if you get to this point, and if you try to flip it back, it like trips you up again. Like, and so I was like, wait, I already read this page, and I was like, that is so, you just don't get that with digital, and so this is where it ends, but then you cut back, and then you have to flip it back upside down again.
Physical media.
So these are like $8 a pop. And I'm gonna go back because they had Death of the Family. They had 0 Year. They had all the way through like number 6, but I was like, I can't be balling out right there. So I was like, okay, I'll just go back and like, because you're right, you can find these printed everywhere, and I love
0 Year is goated.
So I'm 0 Year was volume 4. It was Death of the Family was 3. 0 Year was 4 and 5. Yeah. So that was the main stuff that I got. On top of all of the
Cameroni, do not disgrace the Flipperama ever. That was
Flipperama.
Did you not read Captain Underpants?
Not really, no.
What?
Dude,
there were parts in Captain Underpants where he would fight stuff, and there was a thing where you would hold your thumb at the bottom of the page.
Oh, really?
And you would, if you hit it fast, it would be him like punching a robot or like
That's
him
awesome.
flying. And it was called Flipperama. Dude, those are the best.
I do remember, like, I didn't read it, but I remember opening it up and doing one of those where I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Dude, Flipperama was the best. Like at a school, like a book fair, just going to pick up Captain Underpants and being like, he's punching like a giant toilet robot.
That's sick.
Yeah.
When it came to like drawings and like those kind of books, I was more of a Diary of a Wimpy Kid guy. I like blitzed through those books. But you know,
I never read any of those.
Maybe I don't know ball, Jacob. Get out of here. So that was my haul, and I talked about Spider-Man, Superman. You want to talk about, before we wrap up, you want to talk about Daredevil?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you going to talk about Absolute Batman, though?
Oh, guys. I am on my trades are in there, but I am on issue 9 of Absolute. I'm on the Absolute Zero mini arc right now. So I finished up the first volume yesterday. Like blitz through, like I was like, because I got behind. I was reading it like while I was at work, so I was like getting interrupted and everything. First of all, Nick Dragotta, one of my favorite comic book artists of all time now. Absolutely, pun intended, peak. When I remember when Absolute Batman first came out, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this art style. When you read it, it is just perfection, dude.
So good, and it only gets better. The more that you're like, you know what you're getting, where you're like, okay, now I'm used to Dragotta. The more issues go on, you're like, you cannot wait for the stuff that he's pulling off.
The moment that it like really clicked, where I was like, I love this so much, is when Batman is on the rooftop. He's gonna make the deal with Black Mask, and then he has the money on the bat signal as it's burning, and it's this like upshot, and it's just Batman like hulked over or whatever. And I was like, this is so good. And also, I'm trying to remember who the colorist is with Dragotta, but the coloring is just perfection. So good, dude. Blanking. Is it? Am I crazy? He's like Frank Martin.
I pick up the one issue that Dragotta didn't do. Hold on.
Oh, he didn't do that one? Okay. Because they've had some guest artists, which were fun. I'm blanking the artist that did his origin issue, where it showed him of like becoming like Absolute Batman. Which was, I really like.
Yeah, I haven't bagged and boarded these yet.
Don't worry. I'm about to like buy just a big haul of like bags and boards.
I would have forgotten to bring these to you, so I'll see.
Oh, dude,
these will be yours this week.
Oh, let's go. Also, we might get some comics this week too. You got War Journal.
Do I not have an issue of Absolute right here?
Got the one on your wall, but
yeah.
Hold on, I can just look it up. I'm pretty sure it's like Frank Martin or something.
Pull box, don't fail me now.
Nick Dragotta, Scott Snyder. It is. Colors is Frank Martin.
Dude, I got duped. I forgot I picked up this Absolute Batman variant.
Of Batman 1. It is Frank Martin, by the way.
It's Frank Martin? Yeah.
And then Dragotta is penciler and inker. But anyway, it's just so good. Like, honestly, and again, I still have a little bit more to go. Right now, I'm on the issues with, like I said, Absolute Zero, where the guest artist is the guy who does Batgirl Year 1 or Year Zero. Yeah. Which is also, I really like that art style. I think it really suits like Mr. Freeze being like this like freaky Wendigo monster thing. But we were talking about it yesterday, and like with the way Absolute Batman is, like honestly, if they decided for the DCU, they were like, hey, how can we find a way to make Batman really stand? Now, granted, I think they should go for more accurate, but like, if they decided to be like, hey, we want to make Batman stand out a little bit more from Robert Pattinson's, and we want to make him unique to the DCU and make him larger than life. If they decided to kind of combine classic Batman with Absolute Batman, like, I honestly truly would not mind it. We talked about this yesterday. My main thing of why I like this Absolute Batman is my favorite version of Bruce Wayne in terms of like the way I like that characterization, specifically because the fact that he doesn't have the money. Like, I thought it was gonna be kind of this like gimmick thing, or whatever, but it's so much of like his heart and his passion, and he's still aggressive and he's got all this angst and stuff, right? But like the fact that Martha is still alive, right? And like he has that like that connection there, and the way she educates him and teaches him and stuff like that. But like I think it would be so interesting. And people like often call Batman like, you know, oh, he's like all of these like finance
He's a
bros
billionaire.
love Bat.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's a billionaire. Yeah, so like, oh, like, you know, he's not relatable, which is why people like Spider-Man. And maybe that's why I like Absolute Batman, is because I'm like, he's kind of like broke like Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah.
But yet he's like, I
He
remember
literally works a 9 to 5
Yeah.
and then goes and out into the city.
Which is crazy. But like, I remember that moment when they're like, he's taking out one of the trucks, and it was in his like origin issue when he's like learning how to like be adaptable and stuff. And he has the RC car, which you like the shot, it makes it look like it's like the Batmobile, and then it's like an RC car, and it has the like explosive to like launch. I was like, and he was like, it cost them like just under $1,000, you know, like to do. I was like, that's so fun. And then like obviously they tease you with the whole like, oh, is he gonna take the money from Black Mask, right? Like, is he gonna like to become, you know, the Batman that we know and everything? And then he just aura farms and just sets it on fire, dude.
Batman
like,
AF, dude.
Yeah, and also when he's like the guy that he cuts his arm off earlier, and he has the spikes coming through the back of the guy, he's like fighting and throws the guy off the roof. Also, I have a question for you. I don't know if they're ever going to answer this. Maybe they will. So, Black Mask and the 3 other people on his ship are purple, and the other 3 people have Kit Fisto tendrils. Why?
Couldn't tell you.
That they never say?
It's just awesome.
They don't. It's like does it have anything to do with like Arc M or anything?
It's just sick.
Because like there's a why is the baby? Why is the baby? Let's
Just
go.
Just cool. Just
Dude,
cool.
It is really cool. Black Mask, a really good villain, dude.
Yeah, it's also
like,
fun to start off with Black Mask. Shout out to Arkham Origins.
I know. I was about to say, it's like, and then he's not actually the Joker.
He's not the Joker.
Like,
yeah.
Thank God. Anyway, this comic is like I was like driving one day and I was like, man, is this how it felt when people were like reading original Ultimate Spider-Man for the first time?
I think about that all the time. Of like, this is what it must have felt like when XYZ was coming out, dude.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting to witness this release in real time, dude. Yep. It's awesome. Like, so I'm like I'm only, other than like the annual and Arc M, I'm only like 10 issues. I'm like halfway through basically, and I'm like, man, but it's gonna suck having to wait month to month, dude. Like, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, welcome to my life, dude.
Yeah. But at least have Absolute Superman, which apparently Superman and Batman meeting in November. You hear about that?
I know is that in May we have issue 20 and the Robins.
Yeah, dude.
Which I don't know, since you've definitely caught up on it. Did you see the EMT who in one of the issues that had Grayson on his name tag?
No.
We don't know. That's a very important name to use for a Batman character who's a white guy with brunette hair who's kind of lanky but also likes to save people.
I like the idea of, if that's the case, I think it's a way better idea. I always never really liked the idea of Dick Grayson being a cop and his like 9 to 5. Like, it felt like a weird.
Yeah, shout out to White Knight, dude. Or just Dark Knight Rises. But
when he has like the GCPD hat and he's like a weird like cop Nightwing.
He's like gun range Nightwing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we? Stop.
Yeah.
Like, White Knight is fun in a lot of ways. I like the design of Batman. There's like cool stuff in there. But that was the one thing where I was like,
as somebody who wears hats, and I'm like, I just wish it wasn't that. I'm the one character that I'm like, I do love when they wear a hat is when Roy has.
Oh, I was about to say Arsenal.
Dude, such a good look.
The trucker hat?
Trucker hat, but on like full superhero geared out.
Yeah.
Very good.
I like when he wears it backwards, low key. Like when he's like, dude, it's awesome, man. I'm a Roy Harper guy.
I said this to you the other day, but I've been thinking this for a long time. Speaking of the DCU, if we weren't going to get James Gunn's DCU Batman for a while, and instead they wanted to go a different route, and after Robert Pattinson is done being Batman, if they were like, hey, we're between these two things of like DCU comic accurate Batman, which I want more than anything, is like Batman in the tights just Batman Gotham City, the Batman to Corn Sweat Superman. That's all I want. I want that more than anything. But if I had to get something first and they pivoted and we got a live action telling of what's going on with Absolute Batman, with anything Batman, I will be the first one in line. I will stand in line now for that movie to come out in however many years, dude.
Yeah.
Like Absolute it's like the Akira homage cover has been my phone background for months now.
So good.
It is it's amazing that Scott Snyder, when he was trying to pitch Absolute Batman, was like writing this story in his head, but was also like, I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
And that was the one book that they couldn't get anybody to sign on for because like stuff started happening, blah, 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 blah. I know Daniel Warren Johnson was somebody who you originally asked. And then he was like, actually, I'm doing Transformers. Scott Snyder was like, yeah, do that. But then he got a call and he was like, hey, I know who should do Absolute Batman. And he's like, oh, who? He goes outside and he's like, so who do you have? And he's like, you. Scott Snyder's like, he's like, that was one thing I didn't want to do while pitching all this stuff is like to do Batman again.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, you're not doing Batman again. You're doing it in a completely different way. And Absolute Batman was the example he would always use in the pitch meetings to be like, hey, come help us write the Absolute universe. Imagine Batman. He doesn't have any money. His mom's a lot, like that kind of stuff. And he's already got this world build out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why Absolute Batman is the #1 selling book right now, dude. Like, it's in its 11th printing of issue 1. And
Insane.
It hasn't even it's been 2 years?
It's almost 2 years. It started like
almost 2 years?
It was like early, it was like fall of 2024, right? Something like that.
People cannot get enough of Absolute Batman, and for good reason. Dude, this version of Bruce, I love because look, as much as I love Bruce Wayne, and I do understand like the tech bros who don't understand Bruce Wayne, they see like the Nolan's trilogy and they're like, oh yeah, he's like, don't worry, I own the place. Like that kind of guy. Where like that's obviously the real mask that he's putting on. In those movies, he does seem to be like kind of enjoying it a little bit. Whereas Bruce in the comics, he's kind of just like, yeah, I'll buy this. And then he'll be like, thank you, I'm enough pictures. And then go be Batman.
Sure.
This takes away even that slightest bit of like, hey, he's a billionaire. Because Batman's not Tony Stark. And a lot of times people are like, oh, a lot of money builds stuff. A lot of money builds his own stuff. And they mix the two. But they're just so completely different. I know Iron Man is prominent right now. But like the version of Bruce in this to where he is so disciplined of like, no, I have to do this.
Yeah.
To a fault, which is one of my favorite things about Batman in the comics. But like this guy who is still as disciplined as regular comics mainline Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But doesn't have the money, doesn't have the means, and just scrounges for himself is like, this is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like it is so good that like, I don't think it would be very hard for me for them to do something where I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably going to drop this book. I love Batman. Batman's my favorite superhero of all time. But like this retelling of it, I've never read an Elseworld story that I've loved as much as this.
Yeah.
And truthfully, an animated series, any merchandise, like whatever it is, I want as much Absolute Batman as possible.
The Blockies Absolute Batman or Blokies or whatever. First of all, Blokies is,
and I was like, when this is released, I will be ordering it. And she's like, what is it? I was like, it's Absolute Batman. It's probably one of the first figures outside of the Hot Toys. I'm like, I will be buying this. She's like,
dude, okay. Blokies is like, they are crushing it right now.
Yeah, that Moon Knight with the posable, like the wired.
With the wired cape is sick. Also, the Venom from Marvel Rivals, bro, is
really
awesome.
Cool.
at my stores, I see that the Deadpool, the Wolverine, the Cap, the Thor, and the Iron Man are everywhere. They also have Transformers too. I almost bought like a small Optimus, but I was like, I already have an Optimus. But still, I was like, absolute Batman. Like it just, and it's like the crazy. They're super cheap too. They're just like these cheap model kits that you just like get to put together or whatever. And I'm like, bro, I will be getting the absolute Batman. It's like
I'm going to get it.
Yeah,
honestly, every time I see the hot toy pop up on my feed, I'm like,
that's
really want it.
One of my favorite things about his design is the like wire hook cape thing.
Really cool. How it's like split into 4.
It's where it's like, and it can turn into one cape, but then he'll like swing around from it, or like, I mean, when he like grabs that one party animal and just like chucks him through the window, I'm like, this is sick, dude.
Yep.
Like, I love it, man. I love it. I honestly, my thing, as I'm with Invincible and seeing how popular it is, I currently would love, I don't know how, see you later, Insight. Take it easy.
Later,
we'll
dude.
see you in a couple weeks. If somehow Amazon got the rights to these two properties after they finish Invincible, if they did a faithful animated adaptation of Absolute have you seen that fan animation of the guy who did the fight with the party animal? It's like
so sick.
It's like so cool. If they did Absolute Batman and then OG Ultimate Spider-Man, like a season by season, because Invincible is about 144 issues. Ultimate Spider-Man is like 138, I think. I don't know how long Absolute Batman will go for. I hope, around the same amount of time.
With the amount of money that Absolute Batman is making, people who own comic book stores have said that when people come in, 8 times out of 10, outside of like the regular comic book nerds who are like there every Wednesday, people who are just walking through the door are like, hey, do you have any Absolute Batman?
It's all of the stores that I've been to now have a designated Absolute section. It'll be like you walk in the front and it's here and it's like Absolute right here.
Get your Absolute stuff,
Get your back issues, get your trades, get your hardcover, like whatever. And it's awesome. Like I love that. So I'm so glad that I'm finally getting around to reading it. I've been itching for it. I've been in such a big comic kick, and it is absolutely scratching that itch for me.
It's so good.
But the last thing I'm going to talk about is Daredevil episode 1.
Yep. I was just going to say we talked about it briefly. A new episode comes out tomorrow. I would love to know your rating for Daredevil episode 1.
I think I'll give it like a 7.
Season 2, episode 1.
I think I'll give it a 7.
I was gonna say like a 7.5 or an 8.
It's good. Like I enjoyed it. I will say Disney Plus was screwing me over with ads. I don't know why. Like it was like I'm like, do I gotta get ad free or something? Because I was like, it was like an ad every like 7 minutes, and I was like, I was like, this is terrible. But the opening really fun. Other than I like recreated this. When Daredevil gets the camera in the ship, he grabs it and he does like this weird like, and then like gets it close and he goes,
yep.
And Jacob, who was in here earlier, he was like, the way Daredevil grabbed that camera was really funny. Where he's just like, this is so funny to me. But the fight was sick. The black suit looks awesome.
Really cool.
Dude, him like rappelling down onto the North Star or Northern Star, or whatever.
Yeah, really good.
It was really sick. And then I'm liking that they're keeping the continuation. I will say, his whole like I don't remember what her name is. Is it the girl that he was like opened the new lawyer office with? That's like worried about him, like thinking that he's missing or whatever.
McDuffie.
Okay. I don't care about McDuffie and Cherry. Like I just like
Cherry I care about, but
he grew on me. He grew on me because after the end of the episode, but
Cherry was in season 1
of Born Again. So was McDuffie.
Yeah, but
they were just like it just felt like, you know, those pictures of like bro thinks he's part of the group, or like, who is this guy or whatever, like where it's like the red circle, and they're like, that's how it felt with those two characters, where I'm like, Cherry I liked a little bit more, but I'm like, what I mean, he's gonna come back in the season, but I'm like, what happened to my goat Mahoney from the Netflix show, you know, like,
Yeah.
And so, which he's supposed to be back in this season. But the action sequences were great. I'm loving that, like, finally Matt and Karen are like getting to be a couple, which is nice, and like her training and stuff, like I love that. And then, dude, the end, which like with the one of the most goated villains in the MCU, like. Which it was fun. So I have a coworker that he's a little bit older. He's an older guy, but he's like he talks about how much he loves Daredevil. He's like, I love it, man. And so he was like, I asked him, I was like, did you watch the episode? And he was just like, yeah, man. He's like, I can't wait for it to be Punisher, you know? And I was like, it's like, that's not Punisher. And he was like, what? He's like, that's not Frank. And because he's like not very well versed in the comic book stuff. And I was like, no, man. I was like, did you not see the symbol on it? He was like, no, I didn't. I was like, it was a bullseye. He was like, oh, I was like, yeah, I was like, they're going to team. Yeah. And he's like, man, I cannot wait. Like, it was awesome. And so like, it's just, I love that. Like, I always,
huh?
I bumped my, wow, this looks.
You turned red because you were talking about Daredevil.
I'm about to say Daredevil.
Those on the Northern Star.
I feel liberated. Hold on.
Bro's on the Northern Star right now.
I bumped my
dude, Daredevil is coming for Grayson.
just like the silhouette. Hey, what's wrong with my?
There you go. He's back. Oh, now he's off. He's back.
There's a loose wire in this thing. Let's see, can it sit like that? Can it sit like that? All right, I did it. I killed Daredevil. Yeah, no, it was a fun opening. I'm hearing a lot from people that have seen the entire season that the first half of the season, the first 3 episodes, is kind of like it does a little bit
slow.
of yeah, but then once it hits the back half, it like really picks up. So
did you see, I know Escape Pod guys talked about it, and I'm happy they did, but like High Tops Films review.
Yeah, listen, man. I like listen. That's good. That's good. Hey, High Top, if you're somehow listening to this, like, respect you. Like, you're not listening to this. Why is this the litmus test of like, oh, the season's good? Like, bro did not like No Way Home. Bro, and listen, I am a D1 Raimi movie defender. High Top Films puts those films glazing on a astronomical level. Okay, I'm like, listen. They're damn good movies, all right? But like they are treated as like the goddamn holy grail, whatever. So anyway, I'm glad that he liked, because Born Again season 1, I liked. A lot of people didn't like it or whatever. But the High Top film, I was like, I saw that and I was like, that's cool. Like that he likes it. I'm glad. I want people to like the things, but I'm like, you're like, oh god. Well, it's like, I'm like, is High Top Films the new Roger Ebert? Like, is it, you know, like, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, let's rein it in a little bit. It's going to be good. Like, I'm excited, you know, but
I'm really
excited.
I
saw it. I think it's going to be great.
I basically, like, when it comes to this stuff, like, I'll see the stuff that, like, Sammy J talks about, and I'm like,
yeah,
all right, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to watch it anyway, but, like, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, if there's people that, like, I do have, like, opinions that I trust, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like, speaking of High Top, the one thing that, like, I really agree with him with after I watched it, I was like, man, he's right, was after Far From Home. When Far From Home came out, I liked that movie a lot, and then I watched his video on that, and I was like, yeah, dude, he's kind of right. Like, with that movie not being very Spider-Man-y and stuff like that. But there was but then after No Way Home came out, and I was like, nah, brother, that movie's awesome. I was like, I love that. But I think it's a good start to the season. I'm excited to see. I think it's just going to keep ramping up.
I really don't have much to say other than like I was so hyped for Daredevil to be back that I was just watching with a grin on my face the whole time. It was very slow. It is definitely a setup episode, but I do like from what everybody's talking about is that the through line and the consistency of story is a whole lot more like strong in this season from what people are saying, because obviously Daredevil season 1 suffered from those rewrites, but like I still like Born Again season 1. So like I'm excited for there to be like a fully fleshed out plan that is that continues for those full.
They're filming season 3 right now,
and they're literally filming season 3 right now. And he's got that beard, baby.
Yeah, he's gonna have the full Devil's Reign. You know, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Cameron brought up don't like. Yeah, I'm a little bit more interested in her character now with the whole Muse visions and stuff. I was a little bit more interested in that. But also, she's like in Fisk's pocket now. Of like,
I can't believe how much sword master or whatever the guy his name is. Pops up he's in everything.
He's in he's one of the main title characters in the opening credits. Like it was like I saw him and I was like, hey, oh, okay. I didn't know that he was going to be like a main character, but I think it's fun.
Swordmaster, what's his name? Swordsman.
The swordsman. Yeah. Swordmaster is the new guy. Is the current Iron Fist. It's whatever his name is, but yeah, McDuffie definitely seems like she was the replacement. But I want them to incorporate these characters into the story. But I'm just kind of like I'm definitely more invested in the some of these other characters. I do like the BB and what's his face, the guy who works for Kingpin, like that sort of stuff is fun.
Tony Soprano Jr.
Yeah, I like that. And then this is how I feel about it. I like they found that a good. What is her face or what is her name? What is her name? Daredevil's or Matt's ex-girlfriend, who's the psychiatrist or the therapist.
Oh. The only name in my head right now is Fisk screaming, Vanessa!
All I can think of is like Julia, and that is not her name. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But yeah. But still, I liked it. I'm excited for this next episode. Are we getting do we get the other thing I wanted to bring up is the little connection to Thunderbolts with Matthew Lillard's character with Valentina. That was a fun surprise.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Have you been seeing that people think he's like Norman Osborn? And I was like, what?
I don't think so.
I was like, that's like a weird thing to do. A lot of people are saying he's Mr. Fear, which is just basically like a Scarecrow knockoff.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. He is, but dude, he is really good. Like the fact that he's this kind of like laid back FBI guy that like even can kind of put Fisk in his place is like, I dig stuff like that. Like I like when there's like
there's always a bigger fish.
That's what I say. It's like it's the food chain right there, you know. So yeah, but hopefully I don't know when Jessica Jones is going to come in, but like I feel like once she comes in, it's going to really pick up. Val is she's now the director of the new Avengers technically. But
Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yes, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yep.
Yes. I was sort of saying, like, am I messing up her name? But yeah, from Thunderbolts, main girl. And yes, dude, honestly, bro, just like make it happen. Like, just make it happen. At the very least, Luke Cage. I am such a Luke Cage guy, bro. Like, like when it comes to like, I think about it a lot of times of like, you know, origin. There's the whole like the Impound Comics does this, where he'll be like, name black comic book characters that don't have lightning powers or electrical powers, you know? And I'm like, for me, like I think back on like characters in comic books for me that were like when I thought about like black comic book characters that were like so defining. And for me, Blade was one, but like it was Luke Cage and Jon Stewart. Those were the two for me.
And for me also Steel, because I was reading a lot of those.
Yeah, dude. I thought I thought Steel was the coolest dude.
Yep.
Like, dude, I was just looking when we were looking up at the to figure out who this guy was on the comic. Steel from Superman and Lois. They cooked with that design, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty good at those where it's like everybody says Spawn, Jon Stewart, Steel, Blade. You talk about like it's
about,
funny, it's like every once in a while somebody would be like Diggle from Arrow.
Oh yeah. I'm like, but he's technically Jon Stewart, but he's not.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, you've obviously got T'Challa, you've got Shuri, you've got I'm trying to think. Not Iron Lad. Is it the guy from the Young Avengers?
Patriot.
Patriots, yes. But you've also got Isaiah Bradley, as well, dude. By the way,
you've got Sam Wilson.
That is true. That is Falcon, now Captain America.
Yep.
By the way, one of my dream Marvel project. This is like I'm getting on my Coy Jandrew soapbox right here. I want so desperately a movie that is focused on characters from the 70s and 80s of Marvel, because Captain Marvel was set in the 90s, and I really want it to be fixed around Hank Pym as Ant-Man and Isaiah Bradley as fill in for Captain America, because that story that he talks about in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And honestly, if you want to get a third person in there, would love if it was T'Chaka, Isaiah Bradley, and Hank Pym with Janet as Wasp would be such, because they're all doing superhero stuff simultaneously.
Yeah.
I also would love to see, didn't they talk about how Isaiah Bradley fought Winter Soldier at one point? I need to see that fight so bad, dude. Like, that would be so sick.
Need it.
Yeah, but I'm not blanking on the gentleman who plays him, but that guy who plays Isaiah Bradley is
really good,
phenomenal, dude. Like,
really good.
I love that sort of stuff. But would they just honestly, the guy who played T'Chaka, you could get, yeah.
I would love to see it in the What If Marvel Zombies animation, dude.
Like that?
I would love to see it in that animation style.
That would be fun.
Bro, Marvel Zombies is so good.
I need to watch it. I know.
It's so good.
Maybe when we get
really liked it.
Once okay, right now I'm like, I've got so much stuff because I'm like, okay, I've got to catch up on Invincible. Daredevil's coming out. Shadow Lord is coming out.
Yeah,
thankfully
I'm not out. It's like we're pretty booked.
Yeah, like once that all of that stuff like passes, then I'm like, okay, I can catch up on some of this Marvel stuff as well. But like, I've also got Mando and Grogu. Dude, Supergirl trailer tomorrow. New Supergirl trailer tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm getting really excited. Getting really excited. I also found I found in one of that back issues thing where I found the other issues that I got was issue 8 of Woman of Tomorrow. And I almost snagged it, but it was like another $10, and I was like, I can't be balling out on all these like single issues. But anyway, I'm excited for Daredevil episode 2. Definitely gonna catch up on Invincible soon, but we got Shadow Lord. I think that's all I got. I don't think there's anything else that we had to talk about.
I don't know. Now I'm just thinking about the characters that we were talking about earlier.
You talking about like 10, like a bunch of like black characters that don't have lightning powers?
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about like other comic books, like Michonne.
That's true.
And this is just comic book characters. These aren't like superheroes. Because like there's Amanda Waller. There's Vixen.
There's is it Darkwing from Invincible?
Yep, yeah, Darkwing.
You also have the Signal. You also have
Batwing.
Yeah,
Black
John
Manta.
Ridley.
Who's the guy from?
You have Misty Knight
from The Boys.
Oh, Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk. Cyborg, duh.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's like so many that I'm like, Prowler.
Oh, true. Specifically, well, Hobie Brown. You could go Hobie Brown Spider Punk as well, but Hobie Brown Prowler and Aaron Davis. You could technically also go Jefferson Davis or Jefferson Morales, which I know he's not a hero, but he's a comic book character. Oh, War Machine is goated.
Yeah.
That was a big one for me as well. Like War Machine.
Yeah. Killmonger. Just thinking of like, I mean, we obviously said Spawn. M on his face, Bishop from X-Men.
Oh yeah. Is there another one that I'm thinking of? Oh well. It's like, is Brother Voodoo? Is he in the X-Men or is he like an X-Men villain?
He's an X-Men. Is he a Marvel villain?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Or is he a Doctor Strange villain?
I don't know. Ironheart.
Brother Voodoo is
Riri Williams.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If we're talking Invincible, Bulletproof, Titan.
Yeah, is Titan the guy with the rock?
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Who's the guy in
Ali?
Guardians?
Isn't that Darkwing?
The bald guy. No, the bald guy who's in the
suit. You said Samson, right?
Is that him?
Is that Samson, right? Because you said Bulletproof, you said Samson, or no, you didn't say. You said Bulletproof. Who?
He's in like the purple.
Oh, you
suit.
said Titan. That's Samson. Yeah. He's voiced by Carrie Payton. Yeah. I think you already said Steel. I was about to say. I was like, wait, I'm blanking on somebody. A lot of modern interpretations. I know she's not technically, but like they're starting to lean more towards this, which I don't hate. Is that Starfire is black?
Yeah,
like they're leaning more into like in the same way that Ahsoka. And like in my mind, like Ahsoka, I'm like, yeah, I know she's an alien, but like,
oh, Monica Rambeau, that's a good one. But like, is Photon technically like electricity powers?
No, hers is like more like hard light, right? Or is it like phase shifting stuff? I said earlier, I said Misty Knight from the lady with she gets her arm cut off.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary review from you guys. Have not watched. I've not seen it yet still. I've been so busy. I've been working nonstop. Storm has electrical powers, so
yeah, Storm, Black Lightning, Static. They all have lightning powers.
Yeah,
it's a
big. That's the one thing that sucks is like Miles is like not really known for that, but now they've like he starts having like electrical swords and stuff now. So
Spin.
Please shut up.
I don't have anything else.
I'm so trying to think. Is there someone in the Dark Avengers? Have you heard of that theory about how they might be working towards the Dark Avengers in the MCU? Like Bullseye being the new Hawkeye
would be sick.
Dude, imagine if they made.
How do you do without Norman though?
Well, that was the whole theory was with Matthew Lillard that you get him to replace Norman's role. Now maybe you don't make him Iron Patriot, but dude, imagine if we got Mac Gargan as like Black Suit Spider-Man Venom. That'd be sick. Especially if you get Wolverine down the line and you get Dakin.
Dakin, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be. I mean, I want Midnight Suns absolutely, but I'm like, we can have both. You know, I'm a sucker for like if on it. Maybe this is something they do after Secret Wars and stuff, but they set it up. You know, like, but if you put Bullseye in a Hawkeye suit, bro, like, oh, that'd be so sick, dude. I mean, also would be kind of a fun homage considering Wilson Bethel auditioned and made it into the final auditions for Captain America.
Yeah, dude.
So that'd be fun. Anyway, Yeah, we need to go eat. I'm gonna go finish this issue of Superman and Spider-Man. But we will be back in 2 weeks. Well, we will be back next week, but it will be a pre-recorded episode. Don't worry, we will be talking about Shadow Lord. Do not stress.
Yep,
We will
next
be
week's Shadow
here.
Lord episode. Monday's Shadow Lord Day.
That's pretty much how it's going to be for the next month. So yeah, and we'll talk about Daredevil as well. And so, yeah. But that's all I got. Stay responsible. Be kind. I can see him in my mind's eye. And your focus determines your reality. Oh.
What?
Bye-bye.
Always remember.